will not last. I can see you've been crying and staying wide awake, asking yourself why the journey is so tough. They say tough times never last, only tough people do. So don't stop believing, I know it's gonna be better. Say la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum. Can't be loved by everybody, it's impossible, you know. And trust me, it's okay, so let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, I know it's gonna be okay. So I wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on! La, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 la. On the way. Beautiful clouds, where you are, there are beautiful clouds where
Mr. Speaker, earlier the Deputy Finance Minister did make a comment about how we utilize the development funds. Mr. Speaker, we must be proud of ourselves in this house that since I entered this house, this will be the first time that we take a loan and we actually use 98% of the money for things that the label we put on it. Mr. Speaker, in the past, we actually borrow money for agriculture and not even a grass is planted by the time we draw down that money. Mr. Speaker, the first time I had an interaction with the World Bank on this loan, they said the loan was for 400 million and there were visits to other countries and there were provisions that the feasibility, Jerry, if you allow me to speak. Mr. Speaker, colleagues it is okay to harass, but if you listen to me, your constituents will understand that you are about to take a decision that benefits them. Mr. Speaker, the World Bank was planning that a chunk of the money will be used for consultancy by consultants outside of our country. I told them Ghana is no longer interested in borrowing money and give to citizens of other countries to do feasibility on feeder roads in this country. I don't see the point of a consultant from another country coming to do feasibility on feeder roads. They said it's not part of their rule, and I said thank you very much. Ghana can live without $400 million, and I closed the meeting. 2 weeks time, they came back and increased the money to $500 million and said that they will allow us to do exactly what I said. And I said, no trip to New York, no V8, nothing like that. And that is how we achieved the 98% of this. And it is simply because I have come to realize that the accusation of World Bank that they come and impose things on us, actually we are the cause of why they give us those conditions. Yes. I just told them we don't need a $400 million. Ghana can live without it. And they changed their rules. Maybe somebody else would have just said that, okay, if that is what you want to do, we are interested. Because in this house in 2013, when I got to this house, we have all borrowed money and did nothing with it. So it is true that we borrowed money and spent 40% of the money doing other things before. But under President Mohammed's reset, this will be the first time that we borrow money for road and 98% of the money will be spent on road. And we must be proud of this as a house. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Sticker also made a very important point that we must take on board. Mr. Speaker, it is heartbreaking if we consider how much money we spent for the past 20 years on roads, and yet you cannot drive on any 20 kilometers of this road on this country without meeting a pothole. So what were we borrowing the money or taking taxpayers' money for on roads in our country? What were we doing with the money? And it's a combination of the neglect of ourselves, the engineers and contractors. That is why there must be a new reset where all of us must pay attention. That is why what Honorable Speaker is saying is very important. Supervision of the works to make sure that the contractors who take these monies carry out the work to the letter. And we will not relent in making sure that we are on their tail day and night to make sure when you take public money to build road, you don't build road, you build road that lasts the time that you said the roads will last. Mr. Speaker, I met a contractor today, and I said that you say you've been building roads for the past 20 years, but I am not aware of any road that you have built that has lasted for 5 years without a pothole on it. Was looking at my face. And from now, when you build road as a contractor, and it fails less than that, you cannot blame it on the weather alone, because the weather was around before we did the design and gave it to you. So, Mr. Speaker, we are going to follow up on that. Mr. Speaker, colleagues also made a point about the distribution of the project. Mr. Speaker, when we met at the World Bank, they wanted to do this project in only 4 regions. The data for this project did not come from Ministry of Road. The data for the road were provided by Ministry of Food and Agriculture. So it is not a case that we went selecting which regions to do project or not. It was supposed to be the President's 5,000 kilometer promise This is just 1,050 kilometers out of the 5,000. So others will come. And Mr. Speaker, don't forget that we are doing many other interventions. Honorable Speaker, we talked about Ashanti region. Of course, on record, 50-60% of Ghana's road budget is spent on Greater Accra, Ashanti and the Eastern region. That is a fact. In fact, when I became a minister, when I went to OT region, not a single contractor was doing any road work in OT region. So we are here for equity, and we agree. Mr. Speaker, I just realized that nobody even noticed that Adaklu didn't feature as a constituency or district on this, because we want to do the right thing. So you cannot smuggle Adaklu in if the data didn't support the fact that Adaklu must be part of this. So Adaklu is not part of it. So if your district, your constituency is not part of it, don't worry. I have hope one day Adaklu will feature. Yours will also feature. It's as simple as that. Mr. Speaker, the last one I want to talk about is how we as members of parliament monitor this. I want to take the opportunity to commend some colleagues who have made it a point to make sure that every road work going on in their backyard, they are always visiting, working with the contractors to make sure we do a good job. And I even want to thank even ordinary members of the society who this evening will send me videos of how many workers turned up on a particular construction site because they don't trust the contractor intend to do the work. So they will send me videos and say, Honorable, to it, as for this contractor, didn't come to work today. And I'm very happy about that level of enthusiasm. And I want to encourage colleague members of parliament to do same. It is your road, it is our road. Don't just leave the contractors. The contractors don't intend to do the wrong thing. But just as the same, when you have kids in the house, they know that our father never comes home on time. When you give them assignment and say they should study at 7 o'clock, they won't, because they know nobody is monitoring. The contractors needed to be treated the same way, because they take a chunk. Majority of government capital expenditure is spent on roads. So when we are very aggressive, we just want to have justification why we receive that money at the Ministry of Road. We cannot take the highest amount of capital expenditure and just distribute it to contractors and go and sleep. So please, don't think that we are bearing on contractors. We just want to protect your money. How do we justify that today we pay 16 billion cedis to contractors in terms of arrears? When you go around the country, did you see 16 billion cedis worth of work done anywhere? In your constituency, did you see 16 billion? So it is our responsibility to make sure that the right thing is done. So, Mr. Speaker, I take the challenge that this money, when it's disbursed to contractors, if you are a contractor who sees this as business, just business, please don't turn up, because you will not have it easy. If you participate in this, you will build roads, and this road must last the period within which we are expecting it to last. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to ask all colleagues, big push is about all of us. Every road project, even pothole patching, is about us. Let's ensure that we protect the public purse. And on this, as the President directs, we are going to make sure that when you get the opportunity to build this road, you build the best road, and you build roads that last, and nobody is going to waste public money on this. With this few words, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank colleagues, and every comment made here, I take them serious, and we make sure that we work together to make sure our roads get better in our lifetime. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the NDC in opposition is not the same NDC in government. Mr. Speaker, they spoke big. They promised. They said they don't need loans. As the majority leader just said, the NDC said they didn't want too much loans. Mr. Speaker, but today, what we are witnessing now amount to too much loans. Mr. Speaker, to the extent that we are here being invited to approve almost $1 billion US. One day, almost 1 billion. Where is your Dr. Clement Apak? the man who was always on the neck of the MPP. Today, his silence is very loud. Mr. Speaker, we, under our administration, introduced free SHS. Mr. Speaker, the free SHS opened up the country for children who otherwise could not get access because their parents were poor to get access. Mr. Speaker, our friends, apostles of criticism, every single thing Akufo-Addo did, they condemned. But Mr. Speaker, we all know that Akufo-Addo, they criticized, condemned, kept our lights on, and kept our children in school. Mr. Speaker, the investment in educational infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, is unmatched. Mr. Speaker, TVET institutions received facelift, machinery, equipment, new classroom blocks, new admin blocks, new bungalows for teachers, and all. Mr. Speaker, STEM education was introduced. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. These were reforms that transformed the educational sector. Our friends did not see any of these. In all of these, Akufo-Addo did not come here for this amount of money. Mr. Speaker, what he did was to utilize internal resources. In less than 2 years, free SHS has already suffocated them. Mr. Speaker, they have no idea how the free SHS came into being. Even at a point, they claim that they introduced free SHS. That is NDC for you. They will say it even when they know that they have nothing to stand on. They will say it. Mr. Speaker, today, they say we should approve this thing for them. Oh, really? You are going to borrow. Now let me remind them, Mr. Speaker, if they know how to manage the economy, look at what is happening at the gold board. Mr. Speaker, the IMF issued a report and talked about billions going into waste. And when you ask them, they say it is a cost for implementing economic policy. The trading losses, according to government, was as a result of the costs in implementing economic policy. Mr. Speaker, I want to stay there for a little while. You are borrowing $300 million, $500 million, and it is costing you more than that amount to implement an economic policy. Mr. Speaker, when the minority initially raised this matter on this floor, that the losses be looked into because we could use that money to invest in educational infrastructure, we were told that no. Now what did government do? Government vindicated our members on the economy committee without coming to actually commend their industry. The IMF report, IMF said the gold for reserves policy has resulted in losses. Mr. Speaker, the amount they quoted as of end year 31st December 2025 was 9.6 billion cedis. This is not me. This is not me. The IMF further directed in their report that government would have to take steps to prevent further losses. And I'm saying that as a result of the minorities' intervention, the Gold Board and the BOG convened a joint board meeting to first review that fees from 15% to 9%, which was positive, but which was to the credit of the minorities' loud voice on the matter that no, the losses are too much. Mr. Speaker, again, the fees was further reviewed to 5%. That was also after the minority had raised the issue on the floor. And yesterday, the Bank of Ghana announced that indeed they were no more going to finance the gold for reserve policy. So they are withdrawing. My argument, therefore, is that if they had listened to us, they wouldn't have incurred those losses. They would have saved the public purse. And if those savings were there, we wouldn't be here demanding for a loan. Because this is state's own resources, 9.6 billion. And you said you were going to use that to finance an economic policy. We are saying that it is okay to make an investment in education. After all, this policy was the brainchild of Akufo-Addo. They didn't believe in it. They doubted its success. But if today they have come and they think that it is a good policy, Mr. Speaker, we already know that free SHS is good for Ghana.
No. And the country has now taken shape. We have improved, and I know tomorrow we are going to have a very good budget. And my colleague from the other side, the minority, have to come in number to come and listen to a good governance where the Ghana have gotten to now. So I think we are in a good right direction that we are moving. You yourself, how do you feel now compared to the past 3 years? How do you, as a journalist, how do you feel? You see, you know, they are in opposition side, and I want them to be a responsible opposition. When the country has taken a good shape, they have to, come on board so that we all to serve the good people of this country. So I don't know why the economic indicators are reflecting. And you see, we passed money for value for money bill in this chamber, and now it's reflecting. It's not like before when they said value for money, when you got to the markets, you can't see it. But now when you have 1,000 Ghana cedis, when you get to the market, a whole lot of stuff that you have. So I know that I believe we are going to have a very good media review tomorrow. So I leave them. You know, they are in opposition. Definitely they will criticize. What are the percentage? What are the percentage of the traders who are insinuating that? No, it's not true. You can know. You yourself. That's what I'm saying. You are a journalist. You know how the situation is now compared to before. So they say, and you and me, myself, my good self, and my people. Most of them is majority carries vote, right? The majority are applauding the governance that we are having now. So I think we are in a good direction, but definitely we will have a position and we have people who will criticize the government. Definitely they have to come in number so that they can come and listen to a very good budget that we are going to give them. You know, tomorrow's budget will be at 2 p.m. Yeah. You see, 2 p.m. So it will reflect. Everybody will be awake, listening to the good side from Ato is forcing, and Ato has finished forcing.
Yeah, it's a it's a from Kakramayan. Not this yard, you will go so going to want top. It's a peday, I'm not going to perform my end.
I'm a candidate, Sisiano, Ghana, my woman was one party. The business watch in there was a cocoa food to a kind of cocoa can no all of it, my market for sweating. What was to be knows what our bottom. Sisiano, you want a man or what the 29th answer. You must say there. Cuckoo, one Bibialo Gubiano, a finance minister, when you pay no cocoa for one second wood scare. Next can blow gum. Nehamos, I also, you man getting being on Fretzy, the Ablabo. Because it's no cocoa in one touch that cocoa in 1,000.
Yenuaji no, Yaginezi. There, so far, able to mark or no finance ministers are here one or the Mufua. Name woman Crawford kind day, all man's a man embrafu, because what's what tight economy do. According to Yana Yewo from Yezin Komabia, one was one says, Yana Yewo from Han, Yezin Koma, when there was what tight economy do. And see a better task, them re, only me, one go Makakra, Magana food, and that's a member for young one. Or another Yamia to my china, yes, she knew I didn't infinite. Not like that down or besting. I find that down or besting. We Mamma Yajes, damn pat, go to my until you do until one more Mazinala, no one finds a man to ye. That's them, American demand will be Sorokan. Sir, one away, and this phone anyone, and yet Metuaba. No more will be and people from a way, a friend and this phone when you are breaking the 8 bra or my no money no what's breaking the 8 now and the year or my no money and the or my no more is that on the moon there I'm sure and this will break 18 for one for better 12 16 years Nina Nickerson agent of finance minister no in up on phone and see about to transfer the Yami Adumachian Magana for years your corner in there about economy Mukakra as our honor Yanis.
We are expecting, say, Honorable Minister, at the first Oboshana, them 24-hour economy now, what kind of Tisaraka market, 24-hour market. Eban of my hands are in your woman kissing. Ye na yet say there, NMC, you know, per se, in Kawadipa, old markets, quite unfortunate. Traders and Anjantu. Into my MP Prabus, 1 year, no one quantapan, so you must know. No, by the 1 account. Yes, the Traders Association, they are right. Because we have enough space. Adam project in Botum Adam, Aqua. We've been told to send this Kaswaba. If this other is what's skin you. So we are pleading and expecting tomorrow, say, Honorable Minister, what can be probably after all year 24-hour economy now into brackets marketing home because say marketing no swag. Ono na man for button and the miss why them afro. Indeed. And there might be brand by somebody what so second near man for bottom just 1.5 years. There's no money.
Today's briefing covers 4 major operations conducted by the Criminal Investigations Department and the Tema Regional Police Command, bordering on human trafficking and illicit trafficking in firearms. 1. Police arrest 10 suspects for cyber-enabled fraud at Mataheko, Afienya, 9 victims rescued. Police arrest 11 suspects for cybercrime at Fafa community, 6 victims rescued. Police arrest 5 suspects for human trafficking and cybercrime at Kwabenya, 18 victims rescued. And police arrest 2 suspects for illicit trafficking in arms and ammunition in the Ashanti region. Now to the first story, where police arrest 10 suspects for cyber-enabled fraud at Mataheko, Afienya, and 9 victims rescued. The Tema Regional Police Command, through the Regional Police Intelligence Directorate, has arrested 10 suspects in connection with internet-related fraudulent activities at Mataheko, Afienya, Tema, following an intelligence-led operation conducted on 3rd July 2026. Intelligence received on 11 July 2026 indicated that a group of people had trafficked several young Nigerians into Ghana and were housing them at a residential property at Kwabenya, where they were being compelled to engage in cybercrime activities. A team of officers were dispatched to the scene. A search of the 3-bedroom apartment revealed 1 bedroom locked. Suspect Chigozie Azubuike claimed the room belonged to his elder brother who had traveled. Officers found the explanation suspicious and forced entry. Inside the room, police found 22 young Nigerian nationals. Preliminary investigations indicate that 18 of them, aged between 15 and 24, are victims of human trafficking brought from Nigeria. The victims had been instructed by Chigozie Azubuike, identified as their self-styled chairman, to hide from the police. The 18 victims have been rescued and placed in a safe location under the care of the appropriate authorities. The Ghana Police Service has arrested 2 suspects in connection with the illegal trading of arms and ammunition in the Ashanti region, contrary to Section 192A of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29. In the early part of January 2026, the anti-armed robbery unit of the CID headquarters gathered intelligence that individuals were illegally trading in arms and ammunition in the Ashanti region, supplying different types of weapons to various buyers, including criminal elements. Following a sustained period of surveillance, the team arrested the first suspect, Christopher Kupini, age 63, a businessman and resident of Ibuakwa, Nanakitwa, in the Ashanti region, on 15 July 2026. During interrogation, he admitted the offense and named one Kwabna Tewia as his main supplier of the firearms.
Government is broke, but people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are 2 types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moore. It's always a pleasure to come your way to a beautiful Thursday morning, and I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Audu Moore, and I'm very, very happy to be back here. And today is the 23rd of July 2026. I'll go straight ahead and look at what the papers are reporting. Today, no long talk. Yes. Daily Graphic says that at AU Health Summit in Accra, President urges self-reliant health care. And there's also mid-year budget review today. I won't ask for more money, according to Finance Minister. Education Ministry is set to introduce revised KG primary curriculum. And there's Access Bank Ghana picks 2 Euro Money Awards. That's with the Daily Graphic today. The Ghanaian Times says that at AU Extraordinary Summit, Africa leaders seek to end AIDS and TB. BOJ holds policy rate at 14%, cites global uncertainties, inflation risk. Mid-year budget review, maintain fiscal discipline, avoid new taxes. Experts tell government. AG rejects Wuntumi's 30 million cedis plea bargain offer in Exim Bank case. Garbancha backs 24-hour economy and the rallies stakeholders. Daily Guide, Parliament approves $822 million World Bank loans. 2026 mid-year budget review, Mahama forging economic success according to the NPP. Bamia MPs storm in Sawam prison, want to be declared political prisoner. There's court rules on Hanan charges today. 2 busted with 100 parcels. The Inside says the mid-year budget, all eyes on Ato Forcing as budget review takes center stage today. Justice must heal a nation, not become weapon of revenge. Bafuasari Yamwa writes. SMG condemns assassination threat against Tunisian opposition leader. That's Hamani. And there's also Constitutional Review Committee should consider longer presidential term limit. Ni Afote Botre II. There's GPHA kickstarts 40th anniversary celebration with health and awareness walks. And there's also RMG rejects Fourth Estate claims on Apinto concession, reaffirms commitment to Ghana. Daily Post says the Deputy Energy Minister launches Government Savannah region phase of the Rural Electrification and Intensification Project. The evidence that jailed Wuntumi was built by MPP Mustafa Bande. Cocoa Boss shifts to local market financing is the right move, according to the BOG. Criminal network exploiting cyberspace to expand drug trade. NACOM Director General has been talking. And then you also have the Business and Financial Times. The Business and Financial Times. And here we have... All right. So we have FNB. That's research must hold without a safety net, according to FNB research head. Set 6 tests for mid-year review. And as NLA partners Fidelity Bank to boost digital operations, introduces 500 new post machines. BOG sees inflation staying within target despite mounting external risk. And as Nestle's Kwabena Adakwa wins global honor for brand management excellence. All right. Now, if you go to metrotvonline.com, you have Bamia urges Police Attorney General to drop prosecution of NDC organizer over alleged offensive comments. There's court grant order for takeover of Terrace No. 1 Oxford Street Hotel. Black Satellite step up preparations for WAFU B220 Championship campaign. 24-hour economy, police policy just on paper, manufacturing sector struggling, according to Ochre Befi. And then you also have Lower West Achim MP confident mid-year budget will reflect economic progress. In Shayasu MP slams Global Info Analytics parliamentary performance poll as dangerous. All right, we've seen that video, and he looks like a very incensed and a very upset, a very livid MP because the polls didn't find favor with him at all, and so it's understandable. Anyway, so what are the quote cards saying? Let's check that out. Right, so you have GTech abolishes entrance exams for university admission, and then you also have government reaffirms education commitment at Ghana Academia Summit and Awards. We have turned the economy around, and it's now reflecting positively in the lives of Ghanaians. That's one of the MPs in Parliament. There's 24-hour economy policies just on paper, and the manufacturing sector is struggling. Michael Befi, Ochre Befi, has been talking. There's court grants order for takeover of Cheddars No. 1 Oxford Street Hotel. All right. So stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. One of my guests is already seated. I'll tell you who the person is shortly.
I wonder what Musa Dankwa, my own brother, is depending on. This is very, very demotivating. This is very dangerous because I believe in myself that with my performance within 6 years and with the opportunity I had, what I've done, I don't think you can get more than 10 MPs to do what I've done. And I'm not comparing myself to my MPs, but I'm talking about top performance. So Mr. Dankwa should come again, because I find it very strange. You go to Santasi Market, I gave them about 100,000 to do businesses, share and pay back without interest. Just about 40% paid, and I left the rest. You go to Atasimaso Market, armed robbers were worrying them. I used my own money to provide security gates and other things. I am cool with the constituents. I am fine with them. Through me, some of the youth got GRA, Cocoa Board, Ghana Gas, banks. Some of them are in UK. In fact, one of them is one of the top army officers in UK today. Some of them, the parents call me and they are crying. I just went to UK. This thing was bought by a constituent who, because of me in UK now, he's having a good job. He talked to me and he was crying how happy he is now. So please, I got this, you can check. In 3 years of my tenure, I can't believe it, what is happening. And I'm not doing this because of my reputation. Only God knows what I've done. But I'm doing this for us to be careful that the people who are doing rather good things in Ghana are not seen or praised, except those who are kind of using ways to create content and deception and lies. I think I cannot be rated as a low performer with all that I've done. Dankwa Musa's team should go to the schools and ask the headmasters and the teachers what Steka has been doing there. Dankwa Musa's team should go and check, because if you ask people around what Seka is doing in the schools, the person might not have been in school, or children might not have been there, has not gone there. I beg them. Misinformation is as toxic as anything at all you can think of.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302 998 246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, aim to serve a peculiar health need.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, and Maniswing, Nesasu Mama Hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all, her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS approved and supported initiative for all first year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
From the rich soils of Ghana, our farmers grow the finest ingredients. We clean, hand select, and carefully craft into bold, unforgettable flavors. And when you open our little bag of big taste, it's pure, bold, unforgettable flavor bursting in every bite. Enjoy the goodness, made with big care. This advert is FDA approved.
Ghana, Greater Accra, Gamashi. Are you ready for the biggest festival carnival in Ghana?
Is the Gahomo Carnival 2026.
Starting from Thursday 6th to Sunday 9th of August 2026.
The heartbeat of Ghana will echo from Jamestown Manchabola, flowing through the historic Atanos High Street back to Lighthouse.
Witness and experience 4 unforgettable days, 1 historic destination.
Gamashi.
6th August, Red Thursday.
So be
the legendary homecoming procession.
7th August, White Friday. Yeah. Dress in white and experience the Twin Festival, culture, tradition, and music. Saturday, 8th August, Homowa Red Saturday. The grand climax. Join thousands in the sea of red and display of royalty as Galhashi comes alive with spectacular sprinkling of popoi,
followed by a mega concert featuring Ghana's biggest music stars. Sunday, Owala. Come dressed in white. A day of thanksgiving, reconciliation, and a powerful gospel concert to crown Homowo, celebrating 200 years of Katamanso. Date 6th to 9th August. Venue Jamestown, Manchabona. Crowd is calling. Gamma Chic is waiting. Don't just hear it. Come and live it. For vendorship slots, call.
Main Media Partners. Media Partners.
Right, you are watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro, and the show is also live on 94.1 FM. My guests are already here, and I'll tell you who they are. Two very, very prominent citizens of this country. Richard Ahiagba is the Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party. Richard, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Pleasure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also joining us here is one of my brethren, Cletus Sedu Dapla, MP for Jirapa constituency. He is also the Deputy Chair for the Foreign Affairs and the Regional Integration Committee of Parliament. All right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, bro.
Thank you, thank you, thank
How
you.
have you been?
Alhamdulillah.
Thank God.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, it was good to see you.
Thank you.
There's this thing that Sedu does for me once in a while. He surprises me, and I like it. It's very nice. I'll tell you. If you like to watch.
Don't worry, I understand. I'll deliver.
No, he knows the code.
I'll deliver.
Once in a while, they call me and say, "Charlie, delivery man, where are you?" I said, "Hey." So Audra will say something. I say, "Oh, that's nice."
Don't worry.
What I'm talking about.
I'll perform.
Yes, the original one comes from his side. So when he gives his authentic, proper one, not the ones in Accra. Over some of the ones in Accra.
Jirapa will deliver.
Yes, deliver. How is the constituency? You know, we have a tradition. Usually when you come, you ask about your people, your constituency. I know the kind of bond and the kind of relationship that exists between you and your people. And you realistically, you can't visit everybody when you go to the constituency. So sometimes when you come here, I want you to, if there's any message you have for them, if there are any concerns, are there any issues you want to bring up, why not?
Well, it's peaceful, you know.
Okay.
Peace and security is what every citizen needs, or every, or leaders need to guarantee their people. So I think so far so good. The MC is on top of his job. He and his lieutenant, they are top notch. If I want to rate him, I can give him 10 over 10 because he understands his job. So if you have an MC that you gel with, I think that the job is always halfway done. And I want to commend him and to encourage him that he should continue to be the person that he is. Don't change. When you are with people, you are elevated. Don't live above them. Still be with them. Be on the ground. Work with everybody. Open your doors, your house, your office. Visit people randomly. Interact with them. That is when you get to know many of the pertinent issues that bothers them. And basically, that is what I do. I try as much as possible to be in touch with my people. Even when I was coming here, I was on phone call. I called a number of, people across the constituency. I made about 10 calls before I got here. And that is me. That is me, just to be able to know what is happening in each area, So, for instance, I was about to call somebody in a community called Kori. So when I call, then the chairman pick and say, "Oh, Honorable, our secretary lost the father and the funeral is ongoing." I say, "Oh, sorry, my condolences." He say, "It's in my house." To officially, inform me so that I tell you. I said, "Okay, no problem. I'm far away, but the chairman and the MC will come around to mourn with them. You know, so that is how I try to relate with my people. Development, so far, so good. We have a school that's Hens Senior High. We are trying so hard to convert it into a boarding school. So Get Fund has supported us with projects. Projects are ongoing. We are doing a number of health facilities around, you know, a number of roads. We will soon start some roads projects. We want to construct Zage, Sabalo, Tampala, Sanwe Road. We want it to be done. Then we are looking at Jirapa Duri, Jirapa Tiza, and a number of roads around the Ulu area and others. So basically, bro, we are doing well. We will praise ourselves. We will not be able to have everybody be on our side. I've been telling people, when I say it, people laugh. I say it's only money that everybody likes. Once you have no money, some people will naturally not want you, yeah, no matter what you do. But it's all good. So far, so good, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you use do you use? Okay. Then before I do, let me ask. Richard, how's your party doing? The MPP. You're done with the constituency elections. So far, so good. Everything okay?
Yeah. Well, good morning to my good brother, yourself, and your loyal viewers. You have listeners, right? On
yes, on 94.1
something, yeah. And to all members of the New Patriotic Party. Yes, we are moving full steam ahead with our internal reorganization. Largely, the constituency elections have gone on quite well. We're just about 30 or so, 36 or 7 constituencies outstanding that some of them have started, resolving the issues that held them back, and
right.
they are going ahead to conduct.
I think it's so far it's about 3, or 6.
The outstanding constituencies. It's about 30 something.
Oh, about 30
across
something.
the country. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think that number could change. And the last time we checked, I think that's about last week Monday or so, was about 38 or so. And most of them this week have been coming to the headquarters to resolve the outstanding matters. But largely, all the constituencies are done, and we are pursuing the regional elections. And of course, at the conclusion of that comes our national election, in which I'm running for the national first vice chairman.
Right.
So I'd say that in terms of the reorganization, it's moving full steam ahead, and everything seems quite okay. The only thing that is challenging this morning, and I think you indicated we may talk about it down the line, is the arrest and harassment of Ghanaians who are engaged in public discourse. I don't know if it's the exuberance of the police or part of a grand system to harass and silence political opposition to this government, because now conversations that reigned when Akufo-Addo was president cannot now be tolerated. People are arrested, people are being targeted. I don't even know that if our phones are safe anymore, because this whole monitoring mechanism that the state capacity has acquired is just perhaps all over the place, snooping around in people's phones and trying to see what you are saying, and have buzzwords. If you say anything contrary to what people feel they can tolerate, then they send police to arrest you. I think that is poor governance. It is bad for our democracy. We don't condone people insulting or engaging in conduct that even our upbringing and culture don't tolerate. But you don't weaponize those politically and criminalize behavior that should be in the domain of defamation and individuals should reserve the right to prosecute or pursue remedies if they feel offended by certain comments about them. But to have a government machinery seeking to criminalize such conduct, we think that is excessive. It strays into the realm of undermining free speech, and so respectfully, His Excellency the President should discourage the excesses, I would say, or the overzealousness of the police and the security service largely in trying to constrain people's ability to speak. And more, one thing in conclusion is that with the proliferation of social media, it's opened the floodgates for all sorts of people to engage in democratic, conversations. And so that in itself is a good opportunity, but then it comes with some risks. Some of the risks are the excesses that we're seeing. But to cure that is not to arrest people. What that does is that it discourages people from political participation, which we need. And so the government needs to find a good balance between sanitizing speech versus curtailing it and affecting free speech in the end. So I think those are some concerns that I have, and perhaps this appeal will reach Jubilee House, which is not too far from us, to say that please find a balance where individuals feel slighted by anybody's comment. Let them pursue it, because we have that civil avenue for them. Let not have a state effort to criminalize those conduct which individuals can pursue if they feel offended by anyone's comment, so that we can have a political space that allows and encourages all Ghanaians to engage and to participate, so that our democracy can grow and deepen over time.
Well, I've seen a statement. In fact, it was circulating yesterday on social media. I wasn't too sure whether it was authentic or not, but I have it here. It says the Office of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia flagged a new patriotic party Wednesday, 22nd July 2026, and it's a press release. And it says the attention of the Office of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been drawn to the arrest and arraignment of an organizer of the NDC in Agona West, who is being prosecuted for allegedly publishing false news and making offensive comments about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia wishes to state clearly and unequivocally that he has neither lodged any complaint nor sanctioned any prosecution against this young man or any other citizen. He does not desire and will not endorse the arrest or prosecution of any Ghanaian in his name for speech. Dr. Bawumia has been the subject of insult and falsehood throughout his public life. He has never responded with the instruments of state power, and he will not begin now. His conviction remains that the answer to offensive speech is better speech, and the answer to falsehood is truth, not handcuffs, courtrooms, and crashing bail conditions imposed on ordinary Ghanaians. He therefore respectfully calls on the Ghana Police Service and the Attorney General to discontinue this prosecution and any similar actions purportedly undertaking on his behalf, and to release the young man to return to his family and his livelihood. Ghana's democracy is strengthened when citizens, including those who oppose us, can speak freely without fear. Dr. Bawumia forgives the young man, wishes him well, and urges all political actors to channel their energies towards the issues that matter to the Ghanaian people. Signed, Communications Directorate. I think this is what you're referring to, Richard.
Yeah. So that's I guess is the conduct I'm encouraging. Like in this case with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, having heard the comments that's made, takes it in his strides and assess if that is offensive in his own assessment, and say, look, I'll pursue civil action against the individual for defamation and all of that. That avenue is there. So if there is, and knock on wood, I mean, when it bothers on the president and the first lady, so Moro, it's a very fine act that we must pursue. I don't for once encourage anyone to take either camera or whatever and insult the president. That's one, we should discourage it. There is no if or buts about it. We should just say plain unacceptable. But it is not okay simply to have state security pursue people because it's the president. Okay, I'm finding it very difficult to make the point. But the point is that if the person at the receiving end has the legal, avenue to make a scapegoat out of individuals who are doing that through a civil means. So it will not be a police, coming, knocking down people's doors and say, look, you are arrested and you are transported and manhandled or woman-handled or mishandled in any way. But it should be that the individuals must make that decision because I feel offended by what you have said about me. And that's in the domain of law, and all of us should leverage that if somebody abuses you in that manner. But to have the police come in, the unintended effect, okay, to be very generous, the unintended effect is that you are silencing people. People feel harassed, people feel they can't talk. And then I make the assumption that, because it's an evolving environment, more people are learning how to do, engage in our democracy. And some people, honestly, this is how they feel is acceptable, even though it's wrong. They feel that I'll talk some, and so they just say things. It takes time to educate, inform people so that they grow into understanding that it's about issues. So you can criticize President Mahama all you want, but it is not to insult him. He said a million things since he became a public figure that we can criticize him on, including the demonstrable lie or deception in their manifesto, all right, which they have not been able to implement. So we have all those matters there to litigate and not personal attacks. So Dr. Bawumia's example is I think, stands out because we must discourage, the criminalization of such speech and make it a civil act where individuals who feel offended can pursue. And so maybe this will signal for the government and the police and the security people to understand that, look, the people you are overzealously trying to enforce these laws on their behalf, they reserve the right to determine if this unacceptable, commentary about them is offensive to them as persons. In other words, if they will take action or not, and don't assume that you are doing any service to them by going on the tangent of harassing people. The most important thing right now, there's a lot of crime out there that the police and security service should be pursuing in the interest of the Ghanaian people, not targeting the Ghanaian people who are by every means trying to participate in a democracy, that an avenue that is open and people are trying to master its use and how they can leverage it to enrich our democracy. So I think that the Vice President's comment is great. Now it's up to the police and the Attorney General to see if they would stand down the case and not crying more than the bereaved.
Seydou.
Yes, bro.
Quite clearly, we must admit and accept that we have a problem. The problem is reckless speech, false, disinformation, misinformation, some of which can actually threaten national security. But then we are also encouraging people to exercise their inalienable right under Chapter 12 of the 1992 Constitution to speak their minds. Do you see a clash there?
A very big clash, bro. Good morning once again. Good morning to my brother who is vying for national first vice chairman of their party.
We actually wish him well.
I think he's been around. Yes, he's paid his dues.
Yes.
The last regime,
I'm actually one of his.
I felt he wasn't rewarded enough based on the work he did. So I think the delegate should.
Yeah, should vote for him. Yes, he deserves it.
Yeah. So, bro, I think there's a big clash. You see, politics is a very good thing to do because it is one of the areas that one can actually, use to touch the lives of many people. You understand? And I tell people, sometimes I tell my constituents, this school that I'm able to bring to your community is through politics.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes we sit and condemn it, it's a bad thing, blah, blah, blah. It is just not a bad venture. It is simply the manner in which, we conduct ourselves as politicians or as political actors.
Yes.
Moro, I have been telling people, you can't insult people to vote for you. You cannot beat someone to vote for you. You simply need to have a message
right
to people or to the electorate. They simply have to believe in your message and know that you will be there for them. That is all that the electorates are always looking for. So insults, politics of insults, vilification, maligning, I think politicians should know that it doesn't win you anything. It doesn't win you votes, apart from people will tag you as arrogant and all of that. So I think that our colleagues in the NPP should be able to differentiate between, defamation and threats. You see, if you insult me that my long head, I don't have a problem. I know my head is big. You understand? But if you say that I will kill you, wait. On this coming few days, you will see what we'll do to you. That's threat. You understand? I should not take that kindly. So that's the difference. That's why I said there's a clash. So they talk of defamation and the fact that, if you defame me, I should go to court. Yes, the police, they know the law very well. All of us know the law very well. You understand? So threats. If you threaten my life, if you threaten the life of the president, you threaten the life of the former or the first lady, if you threaten the life of a judge, if you threaten the life of any citizen, that citizen has the right to invoke the laws. You understand? It's criminal. It's criminal. You cannot, defamation, yeah, we know defamation, and we know what threats means. So let's get that. That's why I think that there's a clash, and our opponents should know. You see, they are in opposition. When you are in opposition, you should be it should be appealing, and you should be seen as somebody that, do not condone violence or encourage people to attack others. Because that will actually honestly not earn you anything. It won't earn you votes. You see, humility. Ghanaians like politicians that are humble, politicians that are accessible, politicians that they can easily talk to, politicians that talk to them nicely, not just politicians. Even everybody like people who talk softly, who like to associate with them, who avail themselves for them. That is what the Ghanaian voter has become of. So insults, no. You see, some of the things that the MPP associates on TikTok says, sometimes I ask whether my brother Richard and Co, they are proud to associate themselves with those people.
You just heard him condemning it.
Yes, I would. Yes, and I'm happy he did. But you see, you because you cannot be proud of some of the comments that some of those girls, some of those guys say about people. You understand? It's terrible. It's condemnable. It's something that we should not encourage in our body politics.
You see, I guess the meat of the issue, or the matter really in issue, has to do with, yes, condemn. Yes, you can criticize. Yes, you can reprimand the person, and so you can scold the person for whatever for however you want to do it. But I think the issue is, must you go to jail? I think that's where the likes of Richard and Co are coming from.
No, what I'm saying is that you see, you can go to jail. You can go to jail. You can go to jail if you say things that are criminal. You understand? If you threaten the life of somebody, it's not defamation. It can be a civil matter. You understand? It's a criminal matter. So all I just want to say is that.
But sorry, Seydou, let me also ask you this. Do you realistically think that we must, yes, I mean, a threat to kill somebody is an offense, I agree. But shouldn't we also be looking at capacity? You look at somebody and say, this guy or this lady.
No. Please, for killing, there's always that surprise element that can be triggered on anybody. So for killing, if somebody says he will kill you, don't take it.
Don't take it for light.
Yeah, don't take it lightly, because life is just one.
Right.
Life is just one, and the security agencies has a right to protect every life in this country. So if you threaten the life of somebody and the person make a case, I think the laws will be invoked. So look, Moro, nobody is criminalizing free speech. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody at all.
Right.
But are we saying that threats or how do I call it, or free speech, are we equating free speech to insults or what is that, character assassination or threats?
You know, as for insults, as you know, insults, it's a cultural matter, but it's not a legal matter. I mean,
I know. That one, me, like I said, if you insult me, I don't have a problem with that. You can insult me. If on this show you decide to insult me, that's fine. It's left on to me. I'm just making an assumption. If you decide to insult me, I have the right to probably insult back, or I say, okay, that's fine. But the viewers are watching.
Yeah.
You know, they will differentiate who is making sense, who is not making sense. And I believe in that.
Yes.
But if I say that, Moro, after this show, I will make sure you won't get to your house. I will make sure today life will be, I will change. It's a whole lot. Like if I go on that tangent, Moro, you have the right. You cannot say that, that lie is my friend, my brother.
I agree.
So if he says this, he's just talking. You wouldn't know what the people who murder people, it's just the devil. Sometimes they will just think about it and they feel like, look, I'm talking, you think I'm joking, let me act. And
so you don't take it for granted.
So we shouldn't take such things for granted.
Okay.
We shouldn't.
So
all I want to tell our colleagues is that we will not. President Mahama, which politicians has been the most insulted and vilified politicians in the Fourth Republic is President Mahama.
That's not that kind of it.
I am telling you.
Not to measure.
I am telling you.
But Akufo-Addo has been very, very, very.
I am telling you. Hey, President Mahama.
Very No, I mean, we're not even comparing. But I'm just not saying one person. That is a conduct that all of us must discourage.
Yes.
Both at President Mahama, former President Akufo-Addo, John Kufuor.
I think all of them. Yes, all of us. Even all of us. So we are political exposed person. That's why I said that.
I want to see your barometer for the measurement because this seems very biased. But it's a good point.
Let's just condemn it. It's just we shouldn't encourage that at all. Look,
that's true.
Moro,
that's true.
I tell my people, my constituency executives and people who associate with me, when you go to campaign, don't go and waste your time attacking your opponent. Tomorrow, I cannot waste my resources, fuel, gather delegates, and all I go to do is to go and attack my opponent. No, I will give my message. I won't even mention your name because you are not relevant. All the delegates want is that, can you take care of us? Can you be the leader that we can trust? If we vote for you and we want to see you, we have a problem. Can you be there for us? Can you help develop our community? We don't have water. Can you get us water? We don't have electricity. Can you lobby to get us electricity? This is what delegates me. If I have a problem with school fees for my child, will you be there for me? If I'm constrained by way of hospital bills, medical bills, and can I talk to the MP to help me? These are the things that delegates. Look, delegates are more concerned about their welfare issues. You understand? Let me even tell you, one thing people don't know is that those who are always campaigning, delegates are more concerned about their personal welfare issues than even their community development. This, I will put it out there. Delegates. So when you go and meet them, just try to convince them. Try to let them know that you are with them, you are part of them, and you will always be with them. Let them have the trust and confidence in you, and they will always vote for you.
There's another group.
But don't go and begin to vilify or malign your opponent. You understand? Don't do that. That cannot earn you votes.
There's another group which you haven't touched on, and I think that those are the people who have been creating a lot of the problems. Those who are hiding on the social media and damaging people. That's terrible.
Yeah, that is what
Those
I
are high
think.
social media
That's what I think that as political parties, the two political parties and all politicians should condemn that.
Yes.
We should condemn it. And such people, we shouldn't entertain them. We should not.
Okay.
We shouldn't entertain such people.
All right.
But for instance, I've seen that they released by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that they should discontinue the case of the person that threatened him or something like that. Is it?
There was abused. Yeah, it was an insulting conduct. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, this is the reason why laws cannot actually work in Ghana. Yesterday we had a joint committee meeting. Foreign Affairs. There was a referral to us about. What is an agreement that the Foreign Affairs Minister signed way back March 2023. So we have to rectify it in Parliament by way of Article 75 and all of that. So yesterday we met and we're discussing gender-based violence and why it's so difficult to deal with it in Ghana, particularly our rural areas. And I said, look, it's difficult because the traditional authorities and the opinion leaders that are supposed to help us nip this canker in the mud, they are complicit. All of us are complicit. Well, Moro, in some communities, if a girl child is even defiled,
right,
but she feels like she can't even say it because even if I say it, nothing will happen.
Okay.
You understand? So a girl child is being molested, defiled, but she's dying in it slowly.
Yes.
She cannot say it because you go and talk. Your mother, your father will tell you that no, this person, we can't have a case against him.
Yeah.
They are the influential people in this community. I don't want to have problem with them. So you leave it. You understand? Even if the matter is reported to the police and the police begin to take action, you will see that they will send delegation to go and talk to the police commander that, look, we are the same. Let me tell you something that happens. Any police officer who has worked in there is a term, all police, whether those who don't even understand Wale, but there's a common word, that's Tijabunyeni.
Okay.
When they say Tijabunyeni, it means we are the same people.
Okay.
That's what it means, to wait. We are the same people. So, policemen in when you go to report a case, I mean those days, now it's not more like that. But those days, if you go and report a case, the police they will ask you, they will tell you that if we take action, you are the same people who will come here to say that you are the same people. We should drop the matter.
Yes.
You understand? So I'm just saying that, look, if something is criminal, it doesn't even, behoves on you as the individual to say that they should continue the case or not to continue the case. No. You understand?
It's a very important point.
It's very, very important. So
Richard,
Dr. Bawumia's,
the police
what he
is
said,
actually not under any obligation.
No, they are not under obligation to stop. He is not the one because once it's a criminal matter, once a criminal matter,
yes,
it is the state that takes charge.
Yes.
So if it depends on the state. If the state wants to discontinue the case, they will.
Yeah.
But it's not because he has issued a statement. Yeah. Because it's beyond him now.
Yeah. It's an appeal he's making.
Yeah. So that's why I said it's up to the Attorney General.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's an appeal. Well, I think that the AG will look at it and they can grant it for him. No problem. But
this person is your party person, though.
Yeah, he is. He is. We are able to discipline our own. President Mahama regime.
You lose vote there.
Yes, President Mahama time regime. If you say you are NDC and you go and misbehave, please, you will face the law.
Don't push the envelope too much. This is a ruse. This is a ruse to kind of show. Look, we punish our own person. Go and see the guy is sitting there sipping tea and. He's been ordered some kind of very sumptuous meal.
Are you saying Wontumi will not be giving good meals to you?
But the man, you jail him with hard labor. How are you going to set the table for him?
Hard labor doesn't mean that you will not eat what you want to eat.
Oh, really?
But I'm saying that hard labor. Does that sound
He's
to you?
He's a very wealthy man. All of you are here. All of us. Even for me, if I get
hard labor, does it sound like a vacation?
I will go visit him or something.
It's a different kind of hard labor.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm sure he said there's a different kind of
No.
Okay, so I guess that Bright, are we going on break now? So that because I don't want to interrupt my guests when they start flowing, because we have a big conversation to have. Yesterday, the flag bearer of the
threat from defamation.
Yeah, that's a very important point. So yesterday, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party visited German Wontumi, who's he's currently still the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party. Perhaps I'll be finding out. One of the things I'd like to find out from Richard is that, look, so how is this going to impact on his role as the Ashanti Regional Chairman, and at what point will the party take a decision and so on? We need to find. And also, of course, he's aspiring to lead the MPP as the national chairman. And so I don't know what the party would do going forward, what decisions will be taken, and when those decisions will be taken. He'll probably educate us on all of that, or perhaps this party will just leave it to stay like that until further notice. I don't know. He would educate us on all of that. But for us, the most important thing is that flag bearer, the party's flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, was there at Nsawam yesterday, and to basically solidarize with him. And some conversations happened. And yesterday, I heard the MP for Ikwapim North, I believe so. That's who was a former youth organizer of the party, Sami Oku, telling the media what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went to do, the council conversations that happened, and so on and so forth. So when we come back, I'm sure Richard will tell us a bit more. Please don't go anywhere.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. In this it goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Hello, my
my friends, my name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky chicky whiter. Chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits. Happy smile.
Hello, people of Ghana. Looking to buy land this World Cup season? I'm here to give you 6 solid reasons why Estate Masters is your most trusted estate partner. 1. We are genuine. Here at Estate Masters, every promise is real, every transaction genuine. We don't just sell lands, we sell peace of mind. 2. We are credible. Our credibility is proven. We are who we say we are, respected, recognized, and trusted across Ghana. We sell litigation-free lands. With us, your land is litigation-free. No disputes, no worries, just security for you and your family. Free site visits. We bring you to the land at no cost. Free site visit means you see before you buy with full confidence. Your paperwork is on us. We provide free documentation, ensuring your ownership is clear and protected. And yes, you enjoy unbeatable discounts when you buy land from Estate Masters to make land ownership even sweeter. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure your genuine land with Estate Masters. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Every heart burning bright, oh, oh.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Kakalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friendly once now. Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Kathleen was key to double the action. Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Friendly sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso.
Tom Preko.
Good day, fellow Ghanaians. Dr. Adelaide Arobasiya is my name, Executive Director of the Jospon Group of Companies and the CEO of the African Agribusiness Consortium. By the grace of God, after several years of contributing significantly to Ghana's sanitation and waste management transformation, the Jospon Group made another bold decision a few years ago to support the transformation of Ghana's agriculture sector. As we became more involved in the agriculture sector, we realized that although Ghana has enormous agricultural potential, transforming the sector would require the active participation of a new generation of skilled and passionate young people. That is why, in partnership with the People's Friendship University of Russia, Rodin University, we sponsored 118 young Ghanaians to pursue postgraduate studies in agriculture and environmental sciences. Our goal was to prepare young professionals who will help drive Ghana's agricultural transformation. In about 2 weeks' time, these graduates will return home. They are coming back with knowledge, skills, and fresh ideas, and we are proud to welcome them home. I believe their success will not only benefit as individuals, but will also contribute to the growth of our agriculture sector and the development of our country. I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the People's Friendship University of Russia, Rodin University, for being a valued partner in this journey, and to the Embassy of Ghana in the Russia Federation for its unwavering support and commitment to the welfare of our students throughout their studies. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Chairman.
Busy on a new move. But they are good money. Don't worry. I don't want to know about you. I'll have that.
A bumpire or Hebrew. Shamak Israel Yehovah. Ela Henu Yehovah Ekat. We ahata et Yehovah. Elohika bika luvika. Uvika navashika. Uvika miyupika. Tode yashach. Tode yashach. Tode yashach. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, our biday, wapia, 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 wapia. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, our biday, wapia, wapia, wapia.
Right. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm still here with Richard Ahyagba, who is Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, and also here is Mr. Seydou Dapola, who is the Honourable Member of Parliament for the people of Jirapa, and also the Deputy Chair of the Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Committee of Parliament, and both of them are here. Now, as I did indicate, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, yesterday was at the Nsawam prison, not as an inmate, but as a friend, a brother, uncle, and of course the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. He visited Chemawuntumi, as we affectionately call him. He's in the coolest for being on the wrong side of the law as far as mining in this country is concerned. The judgment was delivered on him was it on Monday? Yes, it was on Monday. Yes. And since then, there's been all kinds of conversations. So in your short, these are footages of the visit. There were a number of MPs who followed him to Nsawam yesterday, and as far as we're concerned, this is what we were able to gather from our reporter who was with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Of course, and it's understandable, the cameras are not allowed in when he went there to visit him. The conversation, obviously you won't get that, but that's the entourage that followed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to the place yesterday. Now, the Daily Guide this morning is reporting it, and it says that the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, yesterday led a high-level delegation of party executives to the Nsawam Medium Security Prison to visit jailed Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Entwebo-Isiaku, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi. Mr. Entwebo-Isiaku is serving a 20-year jail term following his conviction by the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court for unlawful assignment of mineral rights and facilitating illegal mining on the Samra Boy concession in the West Region on July 2026. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was accompanied by several NPP heavyweights, including former NPP National Chairman Freddie Blay, Minority Leader Alexander Apenyo-Marking, and NPP General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodia, and Chief of Staff at Dr. Bawumia's office, Osei Mensah Bonsu. Members of Parliament, MPs including MP for the Efidiasi Asokori, Dr. Nana Ayu Efri, MP for Ikuapem North, Sami Oku, MP for Kumewu, NS Yawenim, MP for Odotobri, Tony Emie, and MP for Juabing, Francis Kwabena Brimpong, Owusu Echao, MP for Kwadaso, Professor Kingsley Nyako. There's also Greater Accra Regional Chairman Divine Otu Agohum, an MP for Subing Obriaboa, and other party officials were at the Nsawam prisons as well. Now, prison officials were told received the delegation and took them through standard access procedures before they were granted access to the Ashanti Regional MPP Chairman. According to sources, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia used the visit to assure Mr. Entwebo-Isiaku of the party's support and to brief him on the appeal process currently underway. Mr. Entwebo-Isiaku was said to be in high spirits during the meeting. Sources said he expressed optimism and insisted his spirit remains unbroken as he pursues further legal avenues. Residents around the Nsawam Medium Security Prison gathered as the convoy left the facility. Some were seen waving at the vehicles departed. Accounts relate to Daily Guide indicated. Richard, you were not there?
No. Yesterday, we had a press conference at the time. At the headquarters, the policy committee, economy and finance together held a press conference to signal what we think is a formatting execution of the budget thus far, which the minister will be in Parliament today to give us a review of the media affairs of the government. And so we're unable to attend. But of course, if you give us a chance, all of us will go there. And I think in time, appropriate arrangements will be made for all of us to visit as and when we can to solidarize with him. But it was appropriate that our flag bearer led the way. And it signals that the party is behind him, especially given the nature of the trial. I think that, and of course, our minority in Parliament, in their statement, very comprehensive, pointing to a possible miscarriage of justice, because with a crime like this, where you are sentencing somebody to a 20-year, maximum of 25 and 20-year in prison, you ought to have crystal clear evidence. You cannot dwell on circumstances to reach a judgment that alters somebody's life course in a manner this judgment is likely to do to Wontumi as a person and his family, his following, and the party. And so you needed to have an ironclad evidence to get somebody to be sentenced to that number of years. And so the visit of the Vice President is a clear indication that the party supports Wontumi and will stand with him through the appeal processes that will unfold, which are very, very necessary to try and vindicate his rights in this matter. I think that, and of course, I think we'll go into his judgment itself. So I think that it is one of the things that his lawyers will lead, however, but the party will support. And in the words of the flag bearer's encouragement to him, the party will explore every reasonable or lawful avenue to try and exonerate him and demonstrate that what happened on Monday that led to his judgment was a miscarriage, was a travesty. Because where there's an active application before a judge to consider referring the case for interpretation at the Supreme Court, judge assume a certain position that, more or less deny that referral. And I think that referral was critical to understanding the crime that is committed, Borough, because the case hinged on whether the assignment, in this case under the Act 703 Section 14(1), whether a verbal allowance for entry for an individual to go and do reclamation on a concession that you legitimately acquired amounts to a legal assignment of right or transfer to the person, which is what the Act talks about. And so if that is a dispute and the individual has a right in our Constitution, I think Article 1911, that talks about for anybody to be prosecuted or for a crime, that crime must be defined, and in the Act, it is not properly defined what an assignment is. So is it sufficient to say that I have assigned or transferred my right in that concession to you, Moro, merely by talking to you verbally about it, whereupon I require the approval of the minister to carry out that verbal, engagement? That is a right that somebody has under Article 1911 to say that we are at sea what this assignment thing means. I didn't sign a document which was proven in court that there was no legal document between Wontumi and the third party who entered the concession. And so in the absence of a document then which then proves that you ought to know in ceding your interest in this concession to another, you have to obtain the express interest, the express consent of the minister to do so, as the Act talks about, and you haven't done it. So there's no debate at that point. But there's no document. There's no evidence of any document provided by either the person who now was doing the reclamation on the land or anybody. And so to stand on just hearsay or somebody asserting a verbal, conversation to jail somebody in that manner is for me excessive. It's very excessive, and it confuses the matter. And that's more one of the things that needs to be clarified in this matter, is that there's that confusion that somehow Wontumi is sentenced because he's done galamsey, right? He's not. This sentence that is supposedly been serving since Monday is not for galamsey offense. It was simply because he has a legitimate concession that he has acquired according to the law, and he has asked an individual to do a reclamation on it for him, which is simply why he's jailed. And he's jailed because the court feels that he didn't obtain the minister's permission to have somebody do a reclamation. And I don't see where a court will be in a hurry, really, and not give full due process to get to the point where the courts can tell us, the Supreme Court can tell us that, yeah, assignment, is equal to verbal authorization. And so therefore you should have given a call to the minister. I don't know how a minister will give approval to a verbal entry. He said, okay, well, yes, I also agree. And so under this circumstance, how are we going to document that? And in court, how do you prove that? I called the minister and he said it's okay. You understand? So this whole thing for me is a very bizarre situation.
Let me please share this information with you,
okay,
and see whether it would help you to submit on this matter further. Now, apparently, Justice Shremsari, who's the Deputy Attorney General, has granted an interview to some media houses. And this is what is being quoted as saying, and it is in reference to the point you made about whether there was any assignment or assigning of a land from one party to the other. So this is what he says. He says, and I quote him, he says, there is some fundamental misunderstanding on the part of the defense counsel. According to Dr. Shremsari, the charge against Wontumi was not that he had assigned the mining concession to another person. Rather, the offense related to allowing another party to deal with the concession, which is to operate on the concession, without obtaining prior written approval of the minister, contrary to the Minerals and Mining Act. And he says the charge did not say there had been an assignment to anyone. And it says if you read the particulars of the offense, there is no mention of assignment. And indeed, you see that it's a headline, but when you read the detail, you don't see that assignment here. So he has a point. And noting that the law requires any such arrangement to receive the minister's written approval. Now, if the law says you should do it in writing and you refuse to do it in writing, that is the first breach of the law. So that's
yeah. So I think I agree with the point he's making.
I'll give you a land. I've seen somebody working there.
Yes.
Why is the person working there? So you breach the law. That's the whole matter.
Yeah, but you see, that is taking the issue to the extreme.
Right.
Right. So that in the law, which I think if you will, if you can read section 14.1,
okay,
what it says, it's intentional about the action, okay, as being ceding that. But what has happened with the own to me and there's this third party, he's not ceding it to him. He just said, do some work there for me by way of reclamation.
Right.
So there are two different things. Yes, you can say that you saw somebody there who is not owned to me working on the land. But owned to me is telling you that I didn't cede the land. I still own it. I haven't transferred. The ownership of that concession remains owned to me.
Right.
All the man is doing there is to do reclamation for me. But your contention is that since I've seen somebody there, you have ceded the land. That's the argument.
Right.
So I understand him to say that in the strictest sense of the act, I see somebody there who is not you, and so therefore you have breached it. And I'm telling you, no, I haven't seen it. I still retain interest. All the man is doing there is do reclamation for me. So he's my employee inherently, doing work for me. So you see him, you see me doing work for me. And so they should, look at it in that sense. And I think that this is where, I don't want to say temper justice with mercy, but it is a situation where you have to be a bit measured, okay, in dealing with the matter. But so the AG's point is understood. But if we want to go on that tangent, we will end up holding everybody liable for things that we have room to reasonably understand. The law, I think there's space for reasonable allowance to understand what has happened there. And so on that account, I don't think that we should be sentencing Wontumi to any jail term as has been done. But the other thing I see, Moro, and then you probably see that as well.
So sorry, Richard. So when Michael J. and Henry Okum say that, and again, that's what they say, they claim, that Wontumi has given the place to us to do two things. Reclaim the portions that have been damaged, right? But he doesn't give us money. He doesn't give us machine. He doesn't give us any logistics, nothing. The best he did was to place a call to a friend who has some excavators and things. And even that, when we went there, we went to see the guy. The guy said he didn't give us the machine. But we were able to talk to him. So then, what's the name? Because apparently the guy says Wontumi owes him, so he won't give him the machine. But I think they were able to agree on something, so they brought the machines. And they said, okay, no problem. We will do some mining at the place that have not been mined yet. We'll mine the place, and when we mine the place and we make money, then we use the money to pay ourselves and to pay for the reclamation works that we're doing. Do you still, after listening to what the prosecution witnesses have said, do you still insist that there was no arrangement by Akonta Mining Construction to give the land to these third parties to do some work on it, based on which the judge said, yes, you can reclaim, but even if you want to reclaim, you still should have written to the minister to tell him that I'm giving this company a job to reclaim the land for me.
Ridiculous,
that.
It's ridiculous. I mean, this whole thing is ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Doesn't matter how you look at it. It's ridiculous. It's just like if I want to find fault with you, you know what people say? If the police want to arrest you, they will find a million things. You understand? Like if they stop your car on the road, it's okay, well, fire extinguisher, and you bring it, they will ask for this, they ask for this, and they can ask you any number of things, and on one, they'll find you. So that's nitpicking.
Okay.
That is going to a point where I want to jail you by all means, so I will find every means possible. And we know this, which was the point I was going to go to. That, look, ought to be in the spirit, in the heat of the elections, I said some things, okay, and notably against the person of His Excellency, the President. These are things that I will not repeat. I don't think that's what Wontumi would do given the chance. And in fact, this year in February, I think I recall a video of him apologizing to His Excellency the President for some of those things. And those things were said in a political environment, which is the reason we maintain as a party that is a political prisoner, okay? In retrospect, all of us can correct our actions. Even this morning, the way we came here, how we started our conversation, given a chance, there are things that I will choose to moderate and change. And so we're all fallible. And in the heat of the time, may have said things that, given a chance, he won't say. It was all charged in the environment to try to edge over a political opponent. And so those ones, I think that he has apologized, and as a person, the reason I won't repeat them is because I find them regrettable to say. And so we feel that some of these things, okay, went against him in this charge. Because if you look at why he was in court, you don't jail somebody 20 years because he's asked somebody to go and do a good job of reclamation. You can't do that. I mean, I don't see where that's an offense. It's not a galamsey he's doing. He said, reclaim the place. And the judge said that, oh, because you don't have the minister's approval? My God. And then especially where we're saying that even the offense is not crystal clear in terms of, I didn't sign a contract with him. If I had signed a contract giving him a certain hold on the concession, then I'm liable. In which case, I know I can't do it without the minister's consent because I understand the law governing the property or the concession. Yes. And so I think that this here is a function of political speech that Wontumi engaged in, which he himself had apologized for, and I will apologize to His Excellency for. We think that some of those things are the underlining reasoning for punishing him. With respect, we'll apologize and ask this thing on appeal to be looked at, because on the substance of the case before the court, this is not something you jail somebody for. If he had done galamsey, Moro, I will be one of the people in the stand saying jail him, okay? Because that one is a matter that affects all of us. It doesn't know political color. It doesn't know who, how tall, how short, how rich, or how poor you are. It affects all of us the same. And so as for galamsey, we as a party will not condone it. For reasons Akufo-Addo bet his presidency on it. Okay. The challenge with our fight against galamsey, which arguably people will say has not been successful, Moro, is because the fight against galamsey itself, the galamsey problem, is intractable. Right. It's a problem that to go at it is to do your best to minimize. Unless all of us would say as a country that no to it. So including me, who sits next to the mining pit, whose community this is happening in, the owner of the land, the chiefs, come into it and say, look, we will not let the gold be underneath the ground and let us suffer until we find a more effective way, environmentally friendly way of mining it. We will not allow for its mining in the form it's taking place now. Unless that is done, the problem remains intractable. Okay? So all of us are committed to dealing with it. So if Wontumi had been jailed because he was doing galamsey, right, bet you me, I will be one, and I think our party will be in the stand saying jailing. But now it's not that is not the case. Right. And so we should look at maybe hopefully on appeal, the judges who this case will come before will look at it with a more balanced view to see that this is overturned, so we can get back to focusing on the actual fight that afflict us, which is galamsey, and not just nitpick on people in a manner they have done to Wontumi.
Okay, Sedu. I have some questions, but let me bring in Sedu now. Sedu.
Yeah.
What do you also have to say? You have made Wontumi a political prisoner, according to the MPP. They don't believe that justice prevailed. They think that the court has been so unfair to him.
Well, Moro, I let me say that politicians, everybody will always have a reason for doing something, whether right or wrong. Even as politicians, when you contest elections and you lose, you assign faults. Mostly, that's what people do. They will tell you, oh, my opponent brought so much money the last minute. I was betrayed by my team, blah, blah. A whole lot. They will assign so many reasons. You know? So that's what I see in this matter. You see, I hope my brother Richard actually saw the concession that took Wontumi to court. If you saw the place and you see the level of destruction, the devastating, the kind of calamity activities that they did there, I'm not sure my brother will be speaking the way he's speaking here. You see, they actually devoured the land. They devoured the forest in search of gold, and that's galamsey. That's illegal mining, because you don't have the permit to mine, and yet you are in there. Even there were times that you saw, if you check the case, you saw the kind of equipment that they seized on the forest or on that site.
Right.
You saw excavators, pump action guns, machetes, vehicles, and the fact that they even they created a barrier to the extent that police cannot even enter, security cannot even enter the place. They did all that. You understand? Moro, I tell people, if your party is in power and you want to use power, use it in such a way that you can always be covered. Use that influence. If I were Wontumi was liked by the Akufo-Addo, all the powers that be. He's a lovely guy. He's a party boy or party man that they like so much. And he could do anything at the time. He could say anything and go scot-free. Even he could sit on TV and say that, even as President Mahama, when he was president, if he is coming to Kumasi, national security will have to come and negotiate with him before he can enter. Wontumi had power to say all this on national television, threats, all of that. So if I were him, I'll use that power or influence to acquire proper concessions. You understand? To acquire concession properly in accordance with law, so that I won't be found wanting tomorrow when I'm not clothed with political power or influence. That is what he should have done. Moro, the sentencing. Look, in 2019, the MPP in Parliament, they had good numbers, so they used their numbers to amend the Mining and Mineral Act. They amended it and made illegal mining, they gave it a stiffer punishment, harsh punishment. So you, even as a judge, once the evidence is clear that somebody has done illegal mining, you, the judge, you don't even have the discretion, apart from the minimum you can start with is 15 years. You understand? I have reason to talk to a senior person at the Aegis department, and it's a lady. She told me that, it's honorable, this law that you people amended is so harsh. It's so harsh. So, Moro, today, if you are charged for illegal mining, the minimum sentence you can get is 15 years.
Yes.
That is so harsh. It used to be around 3 years maximum, 1 year, 2 years, and the judge could even use his discretion to say that, okay, let me punish you for a year. Let me send you in for a year. Let me send you in for maximum 3 years. But in this case, with the law that was amended by the MPP, they did it. They had the numbers then. So they used their numbers to amend the Mining and Mineral Act.
Yes.
And made it so harsh, the punishment in it. So as a judge, you are just following the law, and your judgment should be based on the law that is against illegal mining. And basically, that is what the judge did. And even, so people will impugn political connotations, people will impugn, witch hunting, people will, but I think that, you see, Chairman Wontumi is everything. It's wrong. You see, Moro, people have money in this country more than Wontumi and Co. They are quiet. They don't behave the way he behaves. It's not good.
Right.
I feel like as a party, as somebody who is a regional chairman who is close to the flag bearer, I thought or I think that they should have been talking to him to tone down in his actions and inactions. You should tone down. You see, if you do illegal mining, you know the consequences. If you invade people concessions, those people have the right to fight back. And I don't want to open the Pandora box by talking of the fact that he, entered people concession. That concession actually is not Wontemi's concession. It's not Wontemi's concession.
But that's not the matter before the court.
You understand? The concession is not Wontemi's concession. So if you use your influence or power to enter there, the people will not also watch. Probably there are some influential people who will also not sit aloof and watch you use your power to take their concession. So in doing
when you say it's not Wontemi's concession, how do you mean?
Yeah,
it doesn't belong to Akunta Mining?
No.
Who does it belong to?
No, it's the concession is not for him.
But the court establishes that he's the rightful owner, an exclusive rightful owner of that particular concession. In fact, it is based on that knowledge that the court said, once it is yours, if you want to give it to somebody, inform the minister. Because if it wasn't his, then the matter about assigning the thing from somebody to somebody doesn't even arise. Do you get the point?
Moro, I don't want
Unless there's some information you have that we don't have.
So he has a back information. Because that is not something all of us know.
Yeah, so I don't want. It's okay. I won't share. But all I want to.
But the matter before the court. Let
it's okay.
The document says that he owns it.
It's okay. What I want to say is that let's all try to do the right thing at any point in time. Let's don't use our influence because our party is in power and do things that tomorrow we cannot talk to. Everybody should be very proud that tomorrow you can account for your stewardship in whichever capacity, whether in private life, in public life. Everybody should be very cautious. So I tell colleagues and people who are in power or people who use power capriciously that they should be careful that power is not permanent. Power will always leave us. All the things that we have done. Why? We've seen presidents before, Nkrumah and co. We've seen. People have seen. We didn't see. We've seen past heads of state, people who were so influential. They are gone. But growing up, we were made to believe that President Rawlings, may so rest in peace, was an invisible human being. We were even told that he's somebody that. So when he died, I was surprised. But nature will catch up with you. Even if you have power and you think that you are the Ogboro all the time, but nature itself can catch up with you. So people should be very careful that power is transcendent. So don't abuse power. Don't abuse power. Don't do things that you can't talk to them tomorrow if you are asked to come and account. So accountability is key in public service and in private life. So people have to be very, very careful. I wish Chairman Wontemi the best. Punishment is so harsh, but the judge's hands were tied. The judge cannot do otherwise because the law is the law. It says that the sentencing must start from 15 years and above, minimum. So the judge's hands were tied, and the MPP said they tied the judge's hands. The judge could not even use his discretion to say that, let me go in for 2 years, go in for 3 years. No. So that is basically what happened. So
now you know what?
I'm told they want to do appeal. Yes. The judiciary will look at the appeal, and I know they will rule on that too when that time comes, because he has the right to appeal. And I know definitely, like my brother said, they are going to do an appeal. He's going to make an appeal, and once the appeal process starts, they will review the case, issue the court processes or the judgment processes, and then they will take a decision again on it. But I think that as a politician, people should be very patient. To me, I know President Mahama what he can do. I know President Mahama what he has a good heart. Let him stay for some time. Maybe some amnesty can come. Yeah, I know President Mahama. Some amnesty can come, because I'm reliably informed how certain key people within government tried to intervene in this matter. But you see, they were also fighting, like I said, there was a power block. He was also in tandem with some group of persons that are so influential. So they also felt like, no, we won't allow you to use your power to do this to us, blah, blah. But certain people within the corridors of power made attempt to intervene in this matter. But they were told that, look, don't try it this time. Let the law work. The law is the law. But I know as time goes on, why? There can always be amnesty. And I know President Mahama, what he can do.
But something just doesn't... There's just something about this whole story that, really has been agitating my mind. I mean, again, the prosecution witnesses, when you listen to the kinds of things they told the court, that, and Wuntu himself, who was the first accused, says, yes, I asked him to go and reclaim the land for me, and by actually even planting cocoa seedlings. Now, the guy says, well, indeed, yes, you told me that, but you also told me that you don't have money to pay me, so I should go and mine. And when I mine and I make money, then I use the money to pay myself. That is number one. Number two, the guy also says, I'm a small-scale miner. I mean, how can a small-scale miner be given a job to do reclamation? Because reclamation services is done by people who do that. I mean, that's what they do for a living. They are into reclamation exercise. In fact, they must have a license to do reclamation. So the guy says, well, I don't have the license, so I'm a small-scale miner. Wuntumi just came to tell me that I should go and do reclamation. And then he doesn't have money to pay me. So I do the mining and then I pay for myself. Of course, that's his account. Wuntumi says, no, I didn't tell him to do any mining. So it's just somebody's word against another person. Somebody's word against another person.
Exactly.
What is drama?
Which is why this whole case is ought to be re-examined on appeal. Okay? Aboro, to be honest, I mean, and this is just, we're not a court, we're just supposing and on the face of what the witnesses have said. So do you find a sense why the prosecution would go and convert an accused person to become a prosecution witness? Somebody who actually did the galamsey, somebody actually who mined on the land, becomes the friend of the government to prosecute somebody who says go and do reclamation.
It's normal.
You see, no, it's normal. But then
your point is you expect him to say something for
the worst form of the crime, which you want to fight. The man who committed that one becomes your friend, and the man who say go and reclaim, which is a positive thing, that one you put in jail. You understand? So I'm saying that
Jedu and Henry threw this guy under the bus.
Yes.
Wuntumi. They threw him under the bus for their own freedom.
Yes. And the state allowed for that to happen. And the state rather should be looking at the person who did the worst. Maybe I just stood here and saw you break the camera, which is what the company property. Okay, but the lady here who gave you the stick to smash it, okay, is now converted to become as a prosecution witness. And me, who just stood here to watch it, I am the one put on trial to say that why did I what you do?
Yes, I get it. It's a very interesting point.
It's an upside down kind of situation.
So let me tell you.
What is the government trying to fight?
So let me tell you what Shemsai said in response to this.
Yeah.
It's a very important question you're asking. Yeah. So Shemsai says, Henry Okum and Michael Jedu Eyisi took advantage of plea bargain law and forfeited their assets. So they took advantage of plea bargain.
Yeah.
And then they said, we're prepared to testify as prosecution
conveniently. Don't you see the convenience in that?
Why? How?
Otherwise, they will be the one to be jailed. You understand? Otherwise, they will be the one to be jailed. Now, the person who ought to be tried and jailed for doing galamsey, that one has become your friend. And the man whose concession on which this illegal conduct has happened, we are trying him and jailing for 20 years for saying that he didn't come for signature from minister. In what world does this make sense? In what world does it make sense? What crime is the government fighting? Obtaining signature to ensure that every Ghanaian obtains a signature of a minister is more important than what? The galamsey that we want to fight? The person who did the galamsey, that one is your friend, and you go to meeting with him. How do we go about to jail Wontumi for not obtaining signature to allow you to go and do galamsey? Which he didn't ask you to do, but you stole yourself to do galamsey to pay yourself. You benefited from it. You rather is a star man, sitting and cooling and watching us this morning, and then Wontumi is in jail for saying go and do reclamation, and you went and did the wrong thing. He didn't ask you to do that. God, what are you doing?
But Moro,
the good man is in jail, and the bad man, which all of us should be upset at, is sitting somewhere and cooling off.
So you didn't respond to what Richard said earlier about what he believes. Or does he have any evidence? But he believes that because Chairman Wontumi had said some really nasty things about the First family, so he's been punished for that.
I don't think so.
You've not responded to that.
I just thought so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so because you see, many people have said Westerns against President Mahama. Why are they not prosecuting them? You understand? You cannot justify that. You cannot justify that. Wontumi is not a targeted person. He's not. If Wontumi, why? My brother Richard, he will do press conference, he will say things, sometimes we go overboard, all of us, but nobody will go after him because he hasn't done anything. Do you understand? Look, Moro, I said that if you have cobwebs, be careful. Be careful.
It's about the third time you're saying this.
Yes, if you have cobwebs, around your home, you should be very careful.
Be careful you don't jump over fire.
So all we should know is that, look, I've said it, and he tried to bring in Nanado here, but the little I know, President John Dramani Mahama is the most vilified politician in the Fourth Republic, or president, or former head of state. That is my estimation. Because, look, the MPP, when they are talking about President Mahama, sometimes I wonder, I say, this man, how will he be feeling? Some of the things they say about him. Look, some of the things they say about him, I'm like, hey, this person is saying, this one can even break his marriage. This one can break his home. This one can, but they say it against him, and he will take it cool, Say, well, I offered myself for it, so don't worry when they say these things about me. Okay. That's President Mahama. So I don't think that anybody can say because Wontumi, many people have said worse things against President Mahama, yet they are in their homes enjoying their food, nobody is harassing them, nobody has prosecuted them. Wontumi has done something against the state, and the state deemed it necessary to prosecute him with evidence. The reclamation, you cannot go and be doing reclamation on your own.
Yeah.
The ministry, assign people or give people concessions where they can go and do reclamation. And the reclamation, that area, that forest reclamation, was given to some people. Some people were supposed to do that reclamation. It's not Wontumi.
Oh, of course.
It's not Wontumi. That's why I said I don't want to talk about those things, but I just want you to know that
there's more to the story.
There's more to the story. People are in charge of the reclamation. They gave the forest to people to do reclamation and probably cut some trees and replant and all of that for a number of years. So Wontumi didn't get that. So it's a decoy to say that you ask your own people, you ask them to work for you, and you were taking gold from them. The evidence were all there, so you cannot turn around to say that.
Was that evidence?
Why? But they saw them with gold. They worked.
Whether they give the gold to Wontumi,
that's the point.
We're not sure. Whether they give the gold to Wontumi.
They admitted they were mining
and
on
taking
their own
gold.
accord.
Yes.
But what you are trying to establish is that they gave that gold to Wontumi. Is that what you are trying to tell us?
He took them there. So you mean that those people, the illegal mining that was taking place, Wontumi wasn't aware?
No. It is fair to assume that they give it to him, but that is not matter of fact.
Yes, not fact.
That's because I've been reading the thing. I haven't seen.
And then the people themselves.
The judge even asked them whether they give the thing to Wontumi. Yeah. All they said was that yes, we are small scale miners. I've been mining for 7 years. and Wontumi said I should come and do reclamation, which is mining support services. Then the judge said, do you have license? He said, I don't have license for support services. That in itself is a crime.
Yeah.
Because you can't do mining support services.
That individual, not the person who
procured you. I know.
Yeah.
No. The person, you see, there's a portion where the judge was actually saying that, look, how do you, as the controlling director and owner of Akonta Mining, how do you give somebody a job to do mining support services and you don't even check whether the person has a certificate to do that?
Yeah.
And he admits that, yes, he didn't check.
Yes. So
he didn't check.
And so this one, you jail somewhere for 20 years.
Yes.
That's a corporate indiscretion or lack of due process in corporate affairs.
Right.
That's why you jail somebody for 20 years.
Right.
Jesus Christ. It's like I mean, I am a communicator for MPP and I come here, you say we should talk about mining. And I don't have any certification, but it's required by your management that I must have. I'm coming. That I must have some certificate in mining to come and talk about it. And because I don't have that, you jail me for 20 years. God, why? What is this?
Yes.
Is that what we are fighting? We are fighting galamsey.
20 years. Yes.
Yes. So somebody is doing reclamation. Is reclamation a bad thing? And you made a point earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Reclamation. Most of these miners are supposed to try to reclaim the land after them.
Yes.
Right? After they mine. They're supposed to, close the pits and all of that. So it's a capacity they have. What do you use to do it? It's not rocket science. It's just the same heavy equipment they use to do their mining that they use to, close the pits and make the place tidy. So if you ask somebody who has a practical skill, perhaps don't have certificate on it, it's not saying they can't do the job. You understand? They can do the job. They can close the pits. And so he said, well, you can close the pit, and there's a pit, go close the pit. What kind of divine certification do you need to be able to close a pit?
Right.
You need a heavy machine to do it, and they were doing that.
Is beyond closing pits.
But I'm saying that,
especially in the forest, usually they give to certificated people who will do tree planting and all of that.
I'm saying that it's not out of place. You understand? It's not like I'm a medical doctor and then you come and call me to go and close pits in the forest. That's like a daylight between what I do and what you've asked me to do. This is closely related. And so if we say because it doesn't do that, it's okay, we hear that. But it's not a punishment that is equal to 20 years.
Richard, I get it. But Richard, listen to this part. A1, which is Wontumi, agreed that that's the prosecution witness. It says A1, that's Wontumi, agreed that I mine on the unmined portions of the concession.
So that is his claim.
Yes. It's his claim.
Yes.
He also agreed that reclaim the portions of the land which he had previously mined by planting coconut seedlings therein. Now, okay. Now it says A1 did not give me any money to do the reclamation works as I was expected to use a portion of the proceeds. I was expected. Who gave him that expectation?
Yeah.
See, listen up. I was expected.
Yes.
I was expected to use a portion of the proceeds from my mining activities on the unmined portions of concession to defray the cost of reclamation. Now, I'm going to continue paragraph 6 of the witness accounts. PWT stated that that's PWT, that's one of the witnesses, prosecuting witness. Okay. I funded the reclamation works using proceeds from my mining operations on the concession. And A1 was fully aware of this fact. Now he says Wontumi is aware. And he says that PW2 was not cross-examined on this critical piece of evidence. Neither did the first accused put before this court any evidence to show that he has advanced money to PW2 to fund the reclamation. Thus, PW2 has maintained throughout the trial that the first accused had permitted him to do two things in the concession, namely to mine for gold and then use part of the proceeds to reclaim the damaged land. In fact, during cross-examination, when PW2 repeated his claim, counsel for the first and the third accused did nothing about it. And now this is what happened, and I'm going to end with this. Question: were you able to extract some gold in your operations? He said, yes, of course. That was my main aim of going there. This same guy who said
that's the friend of the government speaking. That's the friend of the government and the prosecution. That's the friend of the prosecution.
Yes, of course. That was
no. That's the friend of the attorney general.
That was the aim of. That was the aim of going there.
But that's the friend of the attorney general.
Okay, how are you choose to describe?
No, that's it. That's the friend.
That's a prosecution witness.
Yes. No. Not there. Not there. Is a friend of the.
And when your staff were arrested from the site, they took away some amount of gold. Is that correct? Yes, my lady. And this gold was not from illegal miners, but from your operations. Yes, my lady. Now, the nagging question at this stage, following from this testimony, is why any person of sound mind would volunteer to reclaim a tract of land deep in the forest that has already been mined by another at other's own cost and at no cost to the other, which is to Wontumi. More intriguing is that this person alleged to have offered the service gratuitously is a small-scale miner with no previous experience in land reclamation, assuming, without admitting, that a person of sound mind would even agree to enter this alleged arrangement. PW2, that's prosecuting witness, has expressly, emphatically, and consistently refuted the claim that he ever agreed to it. Having rejected the allegation, the burden rests on the first accused to lead evidence on the probabilities to show that prosecution witness 2 had agreed to the alleged arrangement. No such evidence was, however, led in this case. Now, on the strength of the evidence, this court holds that this is a proper case in which the circumstantial evidence will apply and does apply. Thus, on the basis of the circumstances outlined above, the court is satisfied that no reasonable explanation exists to rival the conclusion that the first accused, which is Wontumi, indeed permitted and indeed expected PW2 to fund the reclamation exercise because he didn't give him any money.
Yes.
So
you're making a supposition.
That since he didn't give him money, yes. Then the natural expectation was that go and mine and use the money to do the thing. And so that's where you see that's where the issue about why do you give a portion to somebody without telling the minister? Do you see where that comes? That's coming.
But I gave the person the opportunity to go and do
reclamation. Yes.
Then he then assumed that because I haven't given him money,
yes,
he should mine.
Yes.
I haven't told him that.
Yes.
So your father didn't give you food or didn't take you to school, and so therefore you become an armed robber, and you think your father is to be blamed for it.
Well,
you understand?
Well, he claims that he said he asked me.
So it is absurd.
Wontumi said I can't give you money. It's okay. Then I'm going to mine. Pay.
But Wontumi that did not agree to that.
Yeah, he said he agreed to that.
So this is where we get to a point where we're saying that there's a lot of guesswork. There's a lot of supposition that has led to sentencing somebody for 20 years. And I'm even saying that. I'm even saying that more. Yes. If it were the case that Wontumi is the one who did the mining, okay, and you are making all this supposition because at the end of the day, you have done mining on a land that you're not supposed to mine on. You are following. Then you can make this opposition to jail him. But he didn't do any mining. He says go and reclaim the land, which is a good act. Should we not be happy that we are reclaiming some land?
Yes, but Richard.
Okay, so let's do that. But you cannot use these matters that are floating in the air. They don't have ground to sit on. They are not hard evidence that I have agreed to go and mine. To say that I jail you. And the person who actually did the mining, the person who benefited from mining, is the one who is your friend trying to jail the man who said go do reclamation. It is upside down. I can't follow the logic.
So Richard.
So you need to have evidence.
Okay. So Richard.
That I, Wontumi, have sent you with express intention to go and mine.
Yes.
Okay. In which case, you now become an object in that instruction. So I am the one who orchestrated it. So I can be punished for it. But I am not the one who says go and mine. You volunteer to mine because you feel I haven't given you money.
Okay.
You can sue me that you've done work for me and I haven't paid you.
Okay.
Okay. Was that what you do? If somebody owes you, you go to their room and collect their money and think that is legal?
It came up in the cross-examination.
This is not correct.
So it came up in the cross-examination. So Wontumi was asked that.
Moro, the more we dig into this,
we're interrogating
this. Yeah, it's absurd.
Okay. So Wontumi was asked, Sedu, that when you gave the land to JD and Henry Nkumdems to do the reclamation, how how were you expecting them to fund the project? Because it's a very expensive project.
Yeah.
To do reclamation, which is why we say mine support services. How were you expecting them to fund it? Then you know what Wontumi said? Wontumi said, I told them, go and do the reclamation. Plant coconut seedlings. When you harvest it, use the proceeds of the harvest to pay for yourself. I mean, does that sit down well with you?
No, but did they dispute that?
No, they're saying it's not true.
They say what?
Yeah, the guys are saying it's not true.
So what is true?
What for them? What they are?
What is true?
What their statement is that when Wontumi gave them the job to do, which is do the reclamation, they said, okay, pay us money. And Wontumi said, I don't have money. That's okay. Then with your permission, listen, that's what they are saying. They said, with your permission, we will mine. Now remember that they are not professional reclamation, they are not professional mining support service providers. So they say, okay, they are Wontumi's friends. They say, listen, we will go and do the mining. And then we'll use the process of the money to pay ourselves.
I'm coming. Where is the evidence that Wontumi concurred to their request?
No, it doesn't exist.
So then how are you? Yes. So that is as good as saying that I didn't authorize them. They did that on their own volition. Why is the court not willing to accept that as a circumstance under which they went to do the mining? In which case they are the ones to be held liable for the mining, because nobody asked them to do it.
Okay.
You understand? So if you are going by circumstances, this is a good circumstance to say that they are making that evidence up. After all, they are sitting by the government and the prosecution to jail Wontumi, so they can say anything. And in this particular case, it goes to the heart of why the court will select their evidence over Wontumi to be the truth, to be the circumstance on which to judge and sentence Wontumi. So you see how the whole thing is looking as if it's contrived.
Right.
It's contrived.
Right.
Because the guy who did the galamsey has become the government's friend, and because everything then that he says, the government says, yeah,
but he's not Wontumi's friend. The government didn't know the guy. He's Wontumi's friend.
No, you're not following the point I'm making.
I get it.
He's become a friend of the prosecution. So everything he says is gospel. Meanwhile, what he's saying is circumstantial. Is that not the case?
Right.
And what Wontumi is saying, because there's no evidence that I said no, not mine, it's also circumstantial. But the judge now chooses the circumstance under which this man is saying that to be true because he's a friend of the government. And this is the point we're saying that Wontumi is suffering not for this case, because there's no evidence here that convicts him, but is suffering because of his political speech.
Okay.
Because if you look at this case, it's as light as anything.
Right.
And if anybody should be convicted, it is those guys who are doing the mining, not Wontumi.
Okay. All right. So there's somebody who's watching us. I don't know whether Henry, where are you watching us? Not from Ghana or outside Ghana. Right? He says, please, he wants to know: is there an ally in reclamation on mining concession? Do we need permission to do reclamation? If yes, did Akonta Mining sought permission or seek actually permission from the Minister for Reclamation? No, he didn't. That has been established. But we're told that if you want to do reclamation, you must seek permission, and rather from the Minerals Commission. I'm sure that's from the Minerals Commission before you go ahead and do the reclamation. Apparently, that didn't also happen. Okay, so now we need to get.
You know that if that happens,
yes,
that would be a good offense.
Right.
Offense in a good direction.
Right.
So all you have to do to a person like that is that
you're sending us a message from Cape Coast.
So Moro, in that case, you only tell somebody that next time, make sure you ask permission before you do the reclamation. Like your assistants who say, oh Moro, let me bring you some tea. Let me bring you this, and they brought two. Coffee and Milo. So, no, I don't drink Milo, but thank you. I like the idea that you are proactive.
Right.
Okay, next time, just ask me specific one so I can. You don't sentence somebody like that to jail for 20 years. I mean, how? How do you encourage people to be proactive in an environment where we need to reclaim our lands because our forests are being degraded, and somebody is taking that action? Oh, next time, please come. Maybe we wanted you to reclaim this other forest, not this one. You understand? So he knows. Okay, next time, boss, I'll come in. Ask permission. Period.
But why did he hire people who are not certified to do reclamation?
That also you can tell him next time. Hire somebody who's certified. Period. This is straightforward matter. You understand?
Richard, please, this man deserves to be your first vice chairman. He's good. Put everything aside. He's solid. Anyway, so Andrew Ejapa Mesa is asking some very, very important questions, and he's actually got me thinking. It says a fundamental question. I'm talking about the former MP for Sekondi. It says a fundamental question that we ought to ask. And he says he's not hearing that it's being asked in this whole Wontumi matter. Did the guys issue any invoice to Wontumi for the reclamation service? I think quite clearly they didn't.
They didn't.
Because I recall the judge also saying that it appears that the corporate governance structure
that's one.
is
there's
problematic.
a question with it.
Yes, problematic. There's nothing on paper.
And
It's
you
you
know,
say, I say, you say, I say, you say, I
yes,
say.
so see, we all run small businesses and all that. When you are personally involved in the matter, and you don't set up serious corporate systems to run your administration, there are instances where, as the owner of the business, you cross lines and do things because
you know.
So that one you can fault him, but that is his inability to set up a proper administration. But you don't sentence him for 2 years for not having
mining is one of the most rigidly regulated
mining
sectors in this country.
I agree.
It's very, the laws are
and
very...
you should have systems. And you should have. But if I am uneducated enough, Moro, okay, to have that, you don't jail me because
the Minerals Commission,
I have a deficit.
I agree. It's a very important. You see, so perhaps the Minerals Commission, one of these days we will have to invite them, because you see, beyond just granting people licenses and so on to do their business, they must also be interested in the corporate governance structure of these mining companies.
Yeah, so maybe be part of the conditions that you meet. I must have a certain administrative outlook. Yeah, I agree with you. That could be.
Because quite clearly from what we're seeing, from everything we are reading,
So because that is not there, the one person who is supervising this can be overwhelming.
Anyway,
a reason why,
for instance, what a director can do cannot do, owners and so on and so. There are limitations. There are checks and balances. So anyway, Andrew Japan says, let me finish that. I'll bring you my brother. So he says, so I'm going to start the question again. So a fundamental question that I'm not hearing being asked in all of this is, did the guys issue any invoice to Wontumi for the reclamation exercise? And I'm asking this because it cannot be that they had to be paid upfront, but could be paid after the reclamation services had been rendered. No, he wants to know. Did Wontumi then refuse to pay the said invoice? How then did the guy's story be taking over that of Wontumi? Yes. Now, you know, there are different kinds of arrangements. You can tell somebody that go and do reclamation. When you finish, I pay you. Some companies will also say, you know, do a down payment. Maybe 10%, 20%, 30%, which is to signal that you really are committed to paying. You know, so all these things, anyways, back to the corporate governance sector. No invoices, nothing. Andrew, I'm sorry. No documentation.
And the question he's raising goes to the heart of the matter that the court ought to examine. And the whole problem here, Moro, is because the government took, the prosecution took the step, which is government, took the step to convert an accused person to become its friend, which then weakened the position of Wontumi. Right. So now it's the government versus the other party against him. Yes. So everything they say is against. It's like the three of us witnessed a crime,
right?
And then two of you conspire that actually the crime we witnessed was Richard that committed the crime. Okay. They will take the two of you's words over mine, and which is what happened in court.
Let me read a few messages. I beg you, gentlemen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Our viewers have been giving me pressure that they're sending messages and I'm not reading. Now, this one, whoa, it's a lot. Makama Ibrahim from Tamale says, good morning, Moro. I'm now beginning to believe that there is selective justice being done. How come we know the prison Wontumi has been and have video footage of him being taken to the prison? But when it comes to said Natamaklo, not even a single picture or video of her in the airport or going to prison for us to believe. She's actually in Ghana. She's in jail. Makama Ibrahim from Tamale. Now, Michael from UK says, good morning, Moro. Why is the MP not accepting Wontumi conviction and charges and wants to join it to the president? Did the Hufado not say he has nothing to do with the arrest but your attitude? Now, this one here, so if you don't add your name and where you're testing us from, I will not read your message because I don't know who you are, you know. So I beg you, if you want me to read your message, if you want your message to grab my attention, please add your name and then where you're sending us a message from. So Stephen Kwabenya, says that Honorable Dapela should not bring in the president's name on this Wontumi issue. I hope he took permission from him before going on that tangent. Okay, so Hobson from Kofridia Agavenya says, good morning, Mr. Host and your guest. I hope all is well. It's about time we stop bringing politics to every issue. how we will make progress as a nation if we don't handle national matters properly. Now, Nia Yi Okai from Cape Coast, okay, I've read this one already, and okay, the rest I can't read because I don't know who you are. Now, good morning, Metro TV. It has been a while. My brother Audu Moro, please convey my greetings to the esteemed grassroots mobilizer, Honorable Cletus Seydou Dafla. People like you, they like you brutal. The constituents of Giraffe stand solidly behind you as you roll out your development agenda. So far, so good. Honorable Anyagba should be advised because should advise his boss and my uncle Dr. Bamu Bamia to call the TikTok communicators to order. Their incessant and scurrilous insults are only further eroding their already comatose party. The NDC as a party does not condone disrespect among ourselves, much less disrespect directed at any Ghanaian leader. As my MP often reminds us, insults and attacks do not win elections. We must build a nation anchored on good character and responsible citizens, devoid of vilification and invective. That's by Eugene Gandabie. I hope I got the pronunciation correctly.
Yeah, you had it right.
Gandabie, I got it correctly.
Okay. Got it right.
Right. Carlos from Ododo Diojo. And Carlos, sorry, yesterday I missed your message. Onupa, a salute. He says, I believe the incarceration or sentences of Chema Wontumi is justified. I also urge the Attorney General to thoroughly investigate the reports prepared by Dr. Frimpong Boateng. There is much more in that report than the issues involved in Wontumi alone. Even one of the MP officials who held the press conference yesterday has questions to answer regarding his tenure at the National Youth Authority. I also urge government ministers and other public officials to disclose any information they may have about alleged misconduct or mismanagement within their sectors. Moro, I've been telling you always that Richard sitting there's a question to answer in this country with regards to electoral practices. We think government is playing hanky-panky. Sorry, my apologies for that. And some of us as citizens need to take the issue up because it's a criminal issue. He needs to be prosecuted for us to see. Carlos, and I say, God bless you. Hey, Carlos, and this matter. He's been sending it every day. Now, this one here says that, okay, so there's a statement from the MPP. I'll read that shortly. Alhaji Hamza from PayFarm says, my brother, in fact, I'm sad and worried that the manner of politics has been conducted. Freedom of speech does not mean insulting and attacking our leaders. More, the insults and attacks on our leaders is becoming too many. And the earlier we do something about it, the better. This is why I will call on Dr. Mahmoud Bamia to allow the security agencies to do their work. No, he can't stop them. So he's just appealing to them. Oh, Hamza, I beg, but the security agents can go ahead and do their job. Now, this is why I call on. Okay, so he says that, but I hope and pray that the call on the case to be discontinued by Dr. Mahmoud Bamia is not against politics. Or I listened to lawyer Samson Ladia, who has done a very good job on the issue of Wontumi. And according to him, the lawyers of Wontumi they failed him. Richard and Co. can appeal the judgment and stop wasting our time. And I don't even think that appeal will even yield any good results. By the way, are you aware that he was in court yesterday for the case and has been adjourned to 31st of July? Hey. Alfred Kojo Tradle says that, good morning. And to your cherished viewers, it's quite interesting how some spin doctors of the MPP are twisting the judgment and interpreting it to suit their own level of thinking. More, what interests me most is how some astute lawyers of the MPP are interpreting the Constitution. It's just like how some pastors read the same Bible we all read and come out with different understanding. I'm appealing to members of the MPP to read the judgment carefully and stop the noise. Alfred Kojo Tradles, Deputy National Organizer Aspirant, solid guy, Alfred Kojo Tradles. Now, Samuel Brian Boabeng says the NDC MP is not abreast of the issues. He should get his facts right. Wontumi is the lawful owner of the concession. No, you've got to understand where he's coming from. He says that he knows more than just what's on paper. He knows, as a matter of fact, that on paper he's the owner, but he says he knows more than that. There is something fundamentally wrong with the acquisition and ownership of the land. So that's where he's coming from. Yes. So it's a moral. People to do. Yes, it's a moral. Chema Wontumi's incarceration is purely political and tribally motivated. In 2013, his mining companies, Hansol and Akonta, were attacked and burnt to the ground along with excavators, while gold, cars, tricycles, and other valuable assets were stolen by a task force that included operatives of national security, NDC vigilantes, and the Ghana Immigration Service. Had that politically motivated attack not occurred, Chema Wontumi would have also had the capacity to bid and take over mining concessions like were recently awarded to family members, friends, and cronies. Someone Brian Boabe says he's the only well-known MPP member in the mining business, and they have made sure that his mining company has collapsed. Now they have jailed him for 20 years. That's someone Brian Boabe who sends that message. Mansa Musa, who is with the Voice of London, UK, says, why is the NDC rep conjecturing about Wontumi case. The conversation is degenerating into an informal format, and that is dangerous. More, the NDC fellow has said too much in my view. He should keep what he thinks he knows himself. Issues that are not yet in the public domain should not be blurted out. How can you reveal that a president is already planning to pardon Wontumi? No, he never.
I never said that. Hey, my brother.
He never said that.
Please,
he never said that.
Don't do that.
He never said that. Mansa Musa, he
don't
never
do
said
this
that.
type of politics.
I am here. He's never said that. And I want to issue that disclaimer. The Honourable Member of Parliament for the Jirapa constituency has never said it anywhere, not on this platform, that the President John Dramani, what he said was that the President has a forgiving heart, and that if Wontumi is lucky, if Wontumi is lucky on one of those his paroles that he grants, Wontumi may just be lucky. Whether it's next year, next 2 years, next 10 years, he doesn't know. But one of those, President Mama can only be president until 2028. So from now to 2028, if Wontumi is lucky, he may be pardoned.
Good morning to
Mansa Musa is a very good.
Yeah.
I call him Capito. Yes.
He's very mischievous.
Don't mess with Mansa.
but altogether, he's a good guy.
No, he's a fantastic guy. He's a fantastic guy. So, Honorable Andrew Japamesa is back. And I'm going to do this and then we'll take a break. So, the fact that the guys were not giving money upfront as proof that Wontumi authorized them to mine and use the proceeds to reclaim the land is neither here nor there. It could very well be that whatever reclamation services was to be paid after the services, clearly the circumstantial evidence resolved in favor of the witnesses and not in favor of Wontumi is questionable. As same cannot be said to lead to one and only conclusion. All right, so we'll take a short break. When we come back, I'll read some of the messages, I'll get them to conclude, and then remember that 2 p.m. the Honorable Finance Minister, Ato Mahafosin, would be delivering the mid-year budget review. He says he's not going to ask for any money. So we'll try and anticipate what he's going to be telling us today when he appears before the August House of Parliament. So stay with us. It's Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please don't go anywhere.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hydradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit the Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della Fabna Bra.
Oh, Abner. If it's not Abner rice, eat any other.
Abner rice.
FDA adjedi nkratso yatsumu.
Hello, people of Ghana. Looking to buy land this World Cup season? I'm here to give you 6 solid reasons why Estate Masters is your most trusted estate partner. 1. We are genuine. Here at Estate Masters, every promise is real, every transaction genuine. We don't just sell lands, we sell peace of mind. 2. We are credible. Our credibility is proven. We are who we say we are, respected, recognized, and trusted across Ghana.
We sell litigation-free lands. With us, your land is litigation-free. No disputes, no worries, just security for you and your family. Free site visits. We bring you to the land at no cost. Free site visit means you see before you buy with full confidence. Your paperwork is on us. We provide free documentation, ensuring your ownership is clear and protected.
And yes, you enjoy unbeatable discounts when you buy land from Estate Masters to make land ownership even sweeter. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure your genuine land with Estate Masters. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Every heart burning bright, Ghana, Greater Accra, Gamashi. Are you ready for the biggest festival carnival in Ghana? Is the Gahomo Carnival 2026. Starting from Thursday 6th to Sunday 9th of August 2026. The heartbeat of Ghana will echo from Jamestown Manchabola, flowing through the historic Atanos High Street back to Lighthouse. Witness and experience 4 unforgettable days, 1 historic destination. Gamashi, 6th August, Red Thursday, So Be. The legendary homecoming procession, 7th August, White Friday, dressed in white and experience the Twin Festival, culture, tradition and music. Saturday, 8th August, Homowa Red Saturday, the grand climax. Join thousands in the sea of red and display of royalty as Galhashi comes alive with spectacular sprinkling of popoi, followed by a mega concert featuring Ghana's biggest music stars. Sunday, Owala, come dressed in white, a day of thanksgiving, reconciliation, and a powerful gospel concert to crown Homowa, celebrating 200 years of Katamanso. Date 6th to 9th August. Venue Jamestown Manchabona. Crowd is calling. Gamashi is waiting. Don't just hear it. Come and live it. For vendorship slots, call.
Main media partners. Media partners.
All right, so watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is live on 94.1 FM. I'm still here with Richard Ahiaba, who is the Director of Communications for the MPP. And also, Mr. Seidu Dapla, Cletus Dapla, is the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Jirapa constituency. All right, so let me just do 3 more messages, and then I'll get you to conclude on this matter. Now, Sani Saliu says that there are 3 maxims of life, and they are the stark reality. Aging is inevitable. Sadness is part of us, and you can't expect everybody to like you. It's the last one I'm focused on right now. Understanding it helps you let a lot of things slide. But that doesn't mean attacks on your character is a threat to your life. Empty or not should be acceptable. Dr. Bamia just played politics with the whole thing. He should, however, beware of the law of karma. Good morning, Sani. And he says, Bisayangwa's camera-broken analogy in the studio is akin to the proverbial reckless leader who allowed children to feast on a pitiful, underwhelming python. And that's exactly what the incarcerated Wontumi did. Mr. Kwabena Sapon of the MPP, he says that I thought we abolished the criminal libel law. We said we can't criminalize speech, so why send the guy to court for insulting the VIP? This does not mean that I support insults. You know I don't, and I know you don't. That's true. It says, no, I doubt it. Okay, it says, no, you don't need permission from the minister or from the Minerals Commission. Only that the company must be registered with Minerals Commission as a mine service company. Okay. Thank you very much for that. In this case, we're not registered with the Minerals Commission. Now, okay. Reverend Joslati, thank you for that message. Now, Mr. Simon says that, of the Accra Times, says that this man Wontumi claimed he instructed to reclaim the land, said no, and that Wontumi asked him to mine. Interesting. Now, Dr. Nyahota Tamaklo says that, okay, all right. Dr. Nyahota Tamaklo, thank you. I've seen the document. I'll look at it now. Now, good morning, Moro and your panel. Moro, Dr. Bamia to visit Wontumi in prison. It's a very good direction for a good leader. I would love to visit him as well if I have the opportunity. Moro, my worry is that our brother Hiagba is making us understand that he was jailed for no purpose. Moro, as much as this could happen to all of us, it must not seem to our followers that it is political witch hunt. We must learn lessons in our shortcomings rather than throwing our weight about. Even if we definitely know that we are wrong, Wontumi has provided jobs for many Ghanaians in different ways, and I wish he is pardoned along the way, but not in the arrogant way that he exhibited. Let us build Ghana together, no matter what the political party one belongs to. Thank you. Mansa Musa says, Moro, perhaps I didn't construct my message the correct way. I wanted to say that he spoke to imply a certain notion. The way he said it created a perception. It was almost a giveaway message. That's why it's always good to stick to the formal structure of such a public conversation. If he didn't mean what I thought he meant, then fine, my bad. I've accepted. I have accepted Ahiagba's greetings. No, so the same people, Hardy from Pig Farm says, the same people who are pleading for minimum sentence for Wontumi are the same people saying Wontumi was a political prisoner and his 20 years conviction is a travesty of justice. Can I also call the castration of that's incarceration of Mr. Victor Salome lawyer Chachuchi Kata, Uncle Dan and others who were jailed by former President Kufuor Nana as Attorney General as also a travesty of justice. We are building a nation and not a political party. A native doctor who invoked a storm on his people cannot prevent his house from destruction. Good morning to Dr. Ibrahim Mahama, and he says bring back Zoom Lion. And Mr. Kwabuna Sapong is back. He says in light of the ongoing public discussion surrounding, so this one is from Kweku Azar. Mr. Kwabuna Sapong, I've seen this. I've read Kweku Azar's take on this matter. Okay. Let me just. Okay, so Papa BCU from Spain Text. Now he says that injustice in government, MPP operators are worse offenders. From Chachuchi Kata to removal of courtesies from JJ. For criticizing Kufuor under Kufuor's regime, Godfrey Dami was heard, blah, 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 innocent citizen relative to Honorable Ato forcing even President blah, 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 untrusted group of people. That's MVP for you. Papa BCU from Spain Text. Okay. Now, yesterday, Dr. Nyahota Tamaklo sent me okay. Has become an accusation for that. Oh, Alhaji Hamza, okay. Alhaji, I'm not sure what exactly you are referring to, but I'll look at it again. Okay, so let me look at this Nyahota Tamaklo thing. I'll try and read a paragraph or two, and then we would get my guests to conclude or to land on or to give us their concluding remarks, and then I would we'll move to our next topic because the finance minister is going to be reading the media budget. We need to I need to pick the thoughts of my guests on what they will be anticipating Ato Forson to be telling us. Okay, but in the meantime, let me also. Let me read this press statement from the New Patriotic Party. I need to do this quickly. So, it says that there's a focus on holding the government accountable. Immediate release, July 23, 2026, that's today. Now, the arrest of opposition members by the John Mahama administration are becoming far too many. Are becoming far too frequent. It says this does not appear to be a coincidence, but rather part of a broader effort to harass and weaken opposition to the government. A clear pattern has emerged. While we respectfully call on His Excellency the President to discourage the arrest and harassment of our members, I urge every member of our party to remain disciplined, measured, and focused on the issues. We are dealing with a government that appears eager to seize on the slightest opportunity to divert public attention from its abysmal performance so far. Ghanaians are demanding answers on the rising cost of living, high youth unemployment, growing concerns about judicial independence and governance, and the failure to deliver on key manifesto promises. These are the issues that matter to Ghanaians, and we must stay focused on them. Let us not hand the government a convenient distraction, insults, weaken our message, and divert attention from the government's failures. Fact, evidence, and disciplined advocates remain our strongest weapons. Let us stay focused on holding the John Mahama administration accountable and on speaking for the millions of Ghanaians who expect and deserve better performance from this government. Signed by Richard Ahiagba. Fortunately, he's here. He may want to perhaps throw a few light on this. But before Richard comes in, the soul of our nation is being sold. My shock at the reactions of some Ghanaians, my fellow Ghanaians, and this one is from Dr. Nyau Tamaklo. He's penciled this and he sent me a copy yesterday. I've been looking at it. It's a very long one. It's a rather long one, but I'll try my best. It says, I've watched with deep concern the public reaction surrounding the imprisonment of Chema Wontumi. What has shocked me the most is not merely the legal proceedings themselves, but what some of the responses reveal about the state of our national conscience. Now, whether one belongs to the NDC, the NPP, or any other political tradition, there is something greater than party loyalty. It is Ghana. A nation begins to lose its soul when political identity becomes more important than truth, justice, and the national interest. We are gradually reaching a point where every prosecution is immediately described as persecution. Every investigation is assumed to be political, and every legal consequence is judged not by evidence or due process, but by party colors. The rule of law exists because justice must not have a political party. Equality before the law is one of the pillars of every democratic society. If we reject accountability whenever it affects our own people, we are not defending democracy, we are weakening it. But what has disturbed me even more is the contrast between the passion we demonstrate for politicians and the silence we maintain over national tragedies. For years, Ghana has watched illegal mining destroy rivers, forests, cocoa farms, and fertile lands. Scientists, journalists, environmental groups, traditional leaders, and religious bodies have repeatedly warned that the consequences will affect generations yet unborn. Government officials have reported that thousands of hectares of Ghana's forest reserves have already been devastated by illegal mining. Recent Forestry Commission findings indicate that nearly 9,000 hectares of protected forest reserves have been heavily impacted, affecting dozens of forest reserves across the country. The Ghana Cocoa Board has also reported approximately 30,000 hectares of cocoa farms have already been destroyed, with another 50,000 hectares at risk, threatening one of Ghana's most important export industries and the livelihoods of thousands of farming families. Our water bodies are under enormous pressure. Public officials have warned that illegal mining has pushed pollution in some rivers to alarming levels, making water treatment increasingly difficult and expensive. Experts have estimated that Ghana could spend hundreds of millions of dollars restoring polluted rivers if the destruction continues. These are not partisan facts. These are Ghanaian facts. Yet, where is the same level of outreach? Where are the endless demonstrations? Where is the same passion that fills our television studios and social media platforms? Where are the tears for the children growing up in communities where rivers can no longer safely provide drinking water? Where is the anger for the farmer who has lost fertile land forever? Where is the national grief for future generations who may inherit polluted rivers instead of clean ones, abandoned pits instead of fertile farms, and barren landscape instead of flourishing forest? This is what frightens me. Not because one politician is facing legal consequences, but because our priorities appear to have changed. We seem to be moving from a nation built on principles to a nation driven by personalities. From defending institutions to defending individuals, from prosecuting or from protecting future generations to protecting today's political interests. Politics and the pursuit of wealth are increasingly overriding national values, human dignity, and generational responsibility. History teaches us that nations do not collapse only because they become poor. Nations collapse when they lose the ability to distinguish between right and wrong, justice and injustice, public service and personal interest. When citizens become more emotional about politicians than about poisoned rivers, when we fight harder for political parties than for our children's future, When party loyalty becomes stronger than patriotism, then the soul of the nation is in danger. I'm afraid for the future of Ghana. I'm afraid because the debate we should be having about protecting our environment, strengthening our institutions, improving education, creating opportunities for our youth, and preserving our natural inheritance are increasingly being replaced by partisan battles. Our forefathers entrusted us with fertile lands, rich forests, clean rivers, abundant mineral resources, and the country filled with enormous promises. The least we could have done was preserve what was given to us. Instead, we're allowing forests to disappear. We're allowing rivers to become polluted. We're allowing fertile lands to be destroyed. We're consuming tomorrow's inheritance to satisfy today's interest. What shall we tell the next generation? What that we defended politicians but failed to defend Ghana. That we won political arguments but lost our rivers. This is not an MPP problem, it's not an NDC problem, it's a Ghana problem. Political parties are temporary, governments are temporary, political leaders are temporary, but Ghana must remain. Our highest loyalty must be to the Republic of Ghana. Let us defend justice, whoever is involved. Let us insist on accountability regardless of political affiliation. Let us protect our forests, rivers, and lands with the same passion with which we defend our political parties. If we continue to sacrifice national values on the altar of partisan politics, future generations may conclude that we inherited one of Africa's most blessed nations but lack the wisdom to preserve it. May God give us the courage to love Ghana more than our politics, to defend principles above our personalities, and to leave our children a country better than one we inherited. God bless our homeland Ghana. Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo.
Wow. Very insightful.
Yeah.
Very insightful.
Very nationalistic
He spoke from the bottom of his heart.
Very insightful. Very insightful.
Wow. Doc.
Yes.
This wisdom. Common sense.
Yeah.
Everybody should.
Yeah.
The good thing is that the two of you,
his submission.
have long shared in this. You know,
it's
in this thinking.
Well, politics is a good thing, no. The human beings, some just made it so bad and made people are afraid to veer into politics. People, especially
it's not even only politics. Religion, even religion.
Yeah.
Religion.
Yeah.
You have bad people in it. Yeah.
You know.
But this is
so
a
bad.
very, very instructive statement. Very, neutral.
Ghana
focus
first.
on the matter. I
Ghana
think
first
that we wish Doc every strength, good health to continue to contribute meaningfully to national development.
Yeah.
I think it's positive.
Yeah.
Well, Moro, Hesele Atuba Forcing, Doctor.
So
Honorable.
sorry, Richard, you were here, apparently you were issuing a statement. We didn't see you typing anything. We just received a statement. But I guess you mentioned it earlier in your commentary.
Yes. So this is the view. We should focus on the issue.
Okay.
I think that there's a lot that we can criticize this government about. They promise heaven and they are delivering hell. We can talk about that. Nobody will be arrested for doing that. And I'll join my brother in saying that we know President Mahama, on the confidence of what he has said, that at least he will allow positive, constructive, democratic criticisms to go on. But the only thing I would say is that when President is watching Kevin Taylor assault people, abuse people, he should signal something for us to know that this fight to sanitize our political space is balanced, is all-encompassing. Your constituency organizer is not just a show of, let's see, we have arrested one of our own. The big fish is actually sitting somewhere in some basement in America, assaulting the whole country at will. He should also be cautioned or advised to behave appropriately. But our guidance to our people is that let's focus on the issue. That's what Ghanaians want us to do. There's a lot of matter out there to ponder over relative to the hardships that we're going through, the government's inability to respond and fulfill even the things that it promised was going to do are all matters out there.
Okay.
Let's do it factually. Let's do it passionately. But let's stay away from the insults and the personalization of issues. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So budget.
Well, let me
read the Daily Graphic take. It looks like they have some filler.
Preliminary stuff.
They have some filler for us. So let's read what the Daily Graphic is saying. Oh, it's a state. No agenda.
Yeah, no problem.
Tomorrow. Anyway, so Pacome Emmanuel Damali of the Daily Graphic says that the Ministry of it's actually Samuel Doe Ablodope. Sorry about that. He said the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kazla Tofos, will not ask for any supplementary estimates as he presents the media budget review to Parliament this afternoon to provide a comprehensive update on the implementation of economic policies and programs. But aside from expenditure and revenue performance, he's also expected to update Parliament and the nation about the numerous savings the country is making and the system put in place to honor its obligations under the domestic debt exchange program, as well as Eurobonds, denominated external bonds. He will also provide updates on flagship programs and projects and announce sweeping reforms in value-added tax, procurement, new funding approaches, and efforts to plug revenue loopholes. Now, interacting with a cross-section of journalists ahead of today's presentation, Dr. Forson said the review would also contain a full disclosure on the 36 months non-financing policy coordination instrument, the new arrangement with the International Monetary Fund, with the 26 targeted reforms, interventions, timelines, and their expected outcomes. Also, the $300 million World Bank loan to eliminate the double track would also feature prominently in the budget review. Now, that would include the $60 million to be dedicated to the construction of 16 schools across 4 districts, which have no secondary schools and densely populated urban areas, including Asawasi and Kumasi in the Ashanti region, and Nima, Ashama, and Madina, all in the Greater Accra regions. The government will also dedicate $60 million to the supply of textbooks for all senior high school students, among others. Now, Dr. Forson said the government had to resort to the 48th Engineers Regiment of the Ghana Armed Forces to clear the pathway for the Accra-Kumasi Expressway and determine compensation for affected property owners. He commended the regiment for its professionalism and hard work, which had led to the clearance of 70% of the predominantly virgin road network. So far, the regiment engineering and surveying work had yielded significant reduction, and it goes on and on and on. Now, it says that the engineering design had been completed. The road path clearing expected to end by September this year, while procurement and other approvals were expected to be secured by the end of this year, so that actual construction work could begin by early next year. That's the Accra-Kumasi Expressway. So far, the government has deposited a cedi equivalent of $1.7 billion in an escrow account for the project, with a target of ramping up to $3 billion by the end of the year. The minister said among the updates to be provided was the construction of 1,050 kilometers of agricultural roads to facilitate, I think it's called the Agric Access Roads or something like that, to facilitate the movement of produce farms.
Yeah, farm gate roads.
Yes, farm gate roads, exactly. From farms to market. He said the projects which would be sited across the country would replace the previous cocoa routes and open up the country for easy transfer to produce farm. From farming hubs to market, a deficiency which contributes to food inflation in the country. Dr. Forson said the new customs classification and valuation system, the public country solution, had so far helped the state to mobilize $300 million more revenue after 3 months of rollout at the port of entry in March this year. He also talked about VAT. He's expected to announce reforms in the country's public sector procurement to tighten and make it more stringent. For instance, there will be a tighter measure on restrictive tendering, with emphasis shifted onto competitive tendering. There will also be the reduction in the tendering process with the aim of lessening the period for international tendering to 16 weeks, significantly down from 77 weeks it currently takes to complete. To help close the 60% VAT performance shortfall, the government would announce a measure to mandate the use of point-of-sale device. Point-of-sale device for all businesses, so as to ensure the revenue collected are remitted to the GRA. He also says that he will announce a review of excise duties which is currently levied on alcohol and sugar sweetened beverages, not to raise more revenue, but to make them efficient and encourage local productivity. The measure would include its abolition on fruit juices produced in the country to encourage their uptake. All right. Now, he would also provide an update on the 1,200 megawatts, thermal power plant. So far, the Ghana Thermal Power Limited, a special purpose vehicle established to implement the thermal power project, had on its own balance sheet ordered the turbines required for the first phase of the initiative directly from the original equipment manufacturer, General Electric, saving the country 35% of the cost of construction. Is actually 40%, not 35%. The minister explained that the first phase of 600 MW would come on stream by the second quarter of 2028%, with the remaining half expected to be ready by 2029, with the entire project costing about $1 billion. The plan is to replace the car power ship when its contract with the country expires in a few years, adding that the completion of the plan is expected to reduce electricity tariffs by 20%, not 10%. Graphic, I don't know why you... Anyway, that's fine. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot in this media budget review.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of infrastructure works.
Yes, a lot. Moro, you see, let me say that the NDC government, we walk our talk. When we took over the reign of this country, the economy was in abeyance. We promised to stabilize the economy. And every Ghanaian, every businessman will tell you that honestly, President Mahama and his finance minister have been able to stabilize the economy of this country to the extent that banks now call business people to come for loans. It tells you that ECG, NEDCO had announced major transformer replacement. When we succeeded in doing that, at least the power is stable. Everybody, enjoys power stability. So, Moro, we are not just talking. We are not talking. Free senior high. We said that yes, a good policy, they rush to implement it, and without infrastructure, once something is free, people who hitherto will not have access, everybody will now want to go. Yeah. Without infrastructure. So we are bringing in $300 million from World Bank to ensure that at least we take away double track that they couldn't do. Our roads for the 8 years were not done. The big push is delivering. Contractors are all over this country working. Let's pray that by the time many of them are done with the job, this country would have seen a major boost in the road sector. That is President Mahama. Food prices. When we talk, people say it's not true, but I tell you, look, rice, a bag of rice, 50 kg. It went as high as 1,000 cedis in this country and even beyond. Yeah. Today, it's just even in Jirapa, it's 500 Ghana cedis. Some places 480. But our opponents will still come and argue that no prices of food and so, provisions have not been reduced. You understand? But I know sugar. I buy sugar for Muslims during Ramadan and all of that. We're buying sugar 900 Ghana cedis. Now, the last Ramadan, the one that the past Ramadan, I bought sugar less than 500 Ghana cedis. So how can anybody say that, prices of foods and services have not been, reduced by this government? Ato Forsen did so well. A young politician, who is at the helm of affairs, he needs the support of Ghanaians, he needs the support of businessmen to really ensure that at least the economy of this country is buoyant so that businesses can strive, creating the enabling environment where people, you create business, you get support from banks, financial institutions to be able to have a startup capital. That is what we are doing. We did not say that when we win power, we will give money to people, put money in people's pocket. But we promise that the economy of this country they were not managing it well to the extent that Ghanaians were sophisticating. Today, the story is different. We have turned the corner, and things are better. And it will be better after today's media budget review. Okay. President Honorable Ato Forsen is only coming to tell Ghanaians how much revenue we generated, how much we expended, surplus, deficit, where we are going, and all of that. And in life, everybody needs to do that. You have to take stock of your own life, how you fared, in a year, or how you fared in half of the year, so that you look at, how to really, how to do things rightly, to
Right.
support yourself or to ensure that you grow properly. So Ghana is in safe hands. President Mahama will not do anything. What he pledged or promised to Ghanaians is what we are doing. And I'm happy. Businessmen from MPP, other parties and people who are not in politics, yet they are touting the economic achievements of this government. They praise the government and they give examples that I have just mentioned. They give examples. I have met an MPP businessman who said, look, you people, there's something your finance minister and the president has done. Today, my aide, who is a businessman, got a call from a bank, a government bank, to come for a facility to support his business. This never happened in the last 8 years. This never happened. So it tells you that, look, there's stability. There's stability.
Yeah.
Businesses are striking. For free monies that people were getting, they wouldn't get it like that. So they will complain that, look, things are tough. But every Ghanaian now knows that, look, there is stability in this country. The economy is doing very well. Why? We are giving free fertilizer to farmers. Free fertilizer to farmers.
Which farmers?
Oh, farmers. All farmers. All farmers. Peasant farmers.
I haven't received.
Peasant farmers.
But we're all part of the Feed Ghana project. All of us.
Where is your district?
Central Town.
Central Town. Go there.
They haven't brought it.
No, it's there. You go
I
there.
have to go and look for it.
No, you have to go. You have to register.
I've registered. They've written my name.
So they'll call you.
But they haven't called.
So they will call
Is
you.
it the first time they're going to share or they'll be sharing?
They will call you.
They'll be sharing or this is the
No,
first
I'm not sure they started. When they start, they will call you. When they start, they will
But you
call
say
you.
we are giving.
Yes, we shared. Jirapa, we gave some out.
Yes.
We started Monday giving to farmers, chiefs, traditional rulers, people who are, my area. Everybody is.
They think about government.
Many
policy.
people, it cannot reach everybody, but at least I think a good number of our farmers will also benefit from the Feed Ghana policy.
Some farmers.
Yes. So, bro, all I want to say is that Ato Forsen, kudos to you and your team. Kudos to President Mahama. Your economy is doing very well. And
But it looks like this Accra Kumasi Expressway, it looks like the government is really, really serious about it. You've already secured $1.7 billion.
Yeah, it's a legacy project. Hey. It's a legacy project. President Mahama want to.
And they've cleared about 70%.
Our opponents, they didn't do much for their bank, their World Bank. So we want to really prove a point that, look, it's NDC that can really help the people of Kumasi, Ashanti region than the MPP. So we are doing a major boost. It's going to help us. When I'm going to my constituency, I plow that road. I use Kumasi.
Yes.
You understand? I use Kumasi. So definitely it's going to help everybody in this country, particularly those of us even from northern Ghana, upper west, Tamale. You have to use this route till Techima. Then you divert to, Pay and all of that.
Right.
So please.
But you don't have time, right?
Yes, we don't have time, unfortunately.
But you have given the time to the government
Sorry,
man
to
to do propaganda.
So it's not propaganda. Richard, you know the economy. Richard,
But you are saying, this economy is good, but it's not.
Richard,
the first quarter.
Richard, even you have changed. There's a sign of good living in you. This is not how you were looking when MPP was in power. No. You were not looking like this.
Is it for the better or for worse?
No.
Is it for the better?
For the better. He's better now.
He's looking fresher.
Very highly fresh.
Papa.
Why not? He's selling it. Because Richard does businesses and he knows he does small businesses. And he knows the businesses are doing very well.
I know he's a farmer.
I am here telling you that I haven't gotten fertilizer. and he's saying that they will call me.
When they start,
I should go and look for
it. It's a queue. It will reach you.
It will reach you.
Richard
did not register. If you are registered, show me. If you are registered,
they came to the farm to even write the names.
You didn't register.
I did. No. And I can guarantee he won't come.
No, but
because the last time I heard the minister talk about some 40,000 bags of fertilizer. 40,000 in this country, it's like a pin dropping in the ocean.
Is it 500,000?
No, it's 40,000.
No, 500.
The new one, which I'm not going to. But earlier on, the one he displayed is 40,000. But Goro, let's come to this budget.
All right.
He said the minister says he's not going to ask for this now.
Yes.
Money. I don't know why he will not.
Okay.
Because his revenue shortfalls poses a reason why he should. But if he say he will not, then I'm looking forward to see how he's going to close the gap. Because this quarter, the first quarter, I think we're looking at a deficit, or shortfall rather, of about 4.7%. Okay, maybe a target of 60 billion. I think they're doing somewhere around 56, 57 billion. So that tells you a shortfall in revenue collection. And if you are not going to ask for additional money, how are you going to be able to meet your obligations? And more, and that reveals itself in the suppression of expenditure. And they are picking and choosing. This whole thing about the Kumasi Expressway, now by the special announcement of my brother, it is a legacy project. So they will leave everything else and do that. They won't build hospitals, okay, but they will build that road because they want to point to it and say, look, we've done this. When people are dying, people are suffering, they won't do it. They will just do that road. When there is a road already done, okay, about 40% or less that you need to add, to have a highway from Accra to Kumasi, you leave that one and go and clear New Forest, okay, to do your legacy project. That's an issue. This government told us that, remember the gun wrap? Yeah, they came on the back of gun wrap saying that, they are going to achieve some 8.6 months of import cover. All right, they are going to mass up our reserves. You know what is happening? The reserve is actually declining. At the end of this year, the minister projected that we'll have 8.6%, almost like 9 months of import cover. Instead of going in that direction, it's going back from 5.7 to 5. You understand? So things are not doing well. They are going to talk also about some primary surplus and some situation to do with that. Moreover, the government is not spending. I've just told you about deficit or shortfall in revenue collection, which shows that you are not collecting more than you are spending. What it is that government is doing is spending less to show that it is being fiscally disciplined. That is not, it's not fiscal discipline. It's only that you are passing your responsibilities, your obligation down the line. Okay? And I don't know, you don't have time, but this thing they are doing, just because the IMF era is gone, the recklessness has started, right? You know about this $300 million dollars they are borrowing.
From the World Bank.
Yeah, they are borrowing to fund free SHS. I mean, I don't understand that. See, why are you?
No, we didn't borrow.
Yeah, okay, no, I'm just saying.
It's not free.
You are not invited to
support.
I'm just saying.
Support education, not free senior high. As
free is free senior high school. You are borrowing to fund.
Education.
It's okay. No, which education? Which education?
Oh, wow.
Education is
free education is not education.
They've just told us what they want to do.
Is it farming?
They say they have identified 4 districts.
I'm saying that, bro.
Where there aren't schools.
Is free education farming or is education?
No, it's education.
It's a free education. So if you say you are finding education, and we are telling you exactly what you are finding is free SHS, and you say it's education. What is education? Whose name is education?
It's a component.
Whose name is education? No problem. But meanwhile, you are borrowing $300 million just yesterday.
But anyway, here's the point, because you mentioned free education, and the need for us to expand infrastructure. So that's what he's talking about.
So the thing my brother is describing in glowing terms, your Atufo your economy is doing well. I don't know which goggles he's looking through, but for us, this thing is going the other way. You know that our debt has gone up by some 7%.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The dollar, CD to dollar thing that you've been clapping after tightening and doing all the manner of things that you're doing is gone up this quarter by about 9%. Okay.
So still better. Today is 11 point something. It's still better.
You can speak some Ga.
This
is where in football they say they score you so abachi. So now he says it's 9%. It's still better. Okay. Tomorrow it will be 90%. It is just better. Then the thing will go to 100%. You say it's still better. What we are saying is that you are moving in a certain direction. What you inherited is what brought about what you are seeing, but you say it is you.
No.
Now that you are coming into your own, the IMF is gone. You see how the thing is looking like it's standing on one leg. So the minister's review, I'm interested to hear what is going to do to close the revenue shortfall, since he says he's not going to ask for additional money.
Okay.
I think I heard in your graphic statement about some VAT review.
Yes.
As a reform or something
reform.
in that area. Maybe that will bring in some additional revenue. But certainly revenue is not doing
the
well.
point of sale device which they intend to deploy.
Revenue is not doing well, and the only way they are covering for it is that the government is not spending.
Okay.
Government is not spending. And if you say yes, and if you say that government, the economy, we are achieving stability, as you are saying, government spending is necessary to drive production.
Okay.
In a sense. So, but then they are not spending, and all they want to do is to claim primary balance. And primary balance as a means of measuring fiscal discipline is actually negative, because you can pretend not to spend and then show up and say, look at my primary balance. That will not give you any positive performance, because Ghanaians will be suffering. That's why the flooding situation is worse, because the government failed to disburse money to prepare for the flood. Why all of us got drowned the last time. So please, we want to see what the minister will say beyond the usual.
Because you'll be back next week.
Yeah, usual political promotion that you're doing. By the way, Atuforsen is setting aside money for that legacy thing, because it's tied to his presidential ambition. Yeah.
But he hasn't told you what to do.
Ato hasn't said.
Did he tell everything he said? Did he tell him?
He has not said he's going to contest.
Otherwise,
he hasn't said that.
Discover MNC. Your number one partner in minerals and food commodity trading. They also to real estate development. They also to general logistics.
We are doing better than what you do.
The first 3 years of Akufo-Addo, this is nothing compared to that.
Don't worry.
Nothing.
So MNC are also the consultants, investment advisory, import and export.
Look at how you are
headquarters in Legon, Accra, Ghana. They also have offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, Guangzhou, in China, Johannesburg, in South Africa, Virginia, USA. They're also in Italy, Hanover, in Germany. They connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions that will meet your needs. So trust us to maximize your value in every single deal that you undertake with us. Reach us on MNC Group, mncgroupgh.com, or call 0303 0302 99. Oh, Sedu, sorry, Sedu, I beg you. I'm reading an LPM, I beg you. 0302 998 246, 0302 998 246, or 026 5505 337. MNC Group, totally reliant. My favorite MNC Group. Please do business with them. They're a very good organization. Now, there's something big coming up, and it's coming up on the 21st of August. That's next month, obviously. Now, it's at 9 a.m. CD Conference Hall, University of Ghana. And I mean the only one university, the only university in Ghana, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra here. Okay. Now, Metro TV, Original FM, and Metro Digital are proudly presenting to you what we call the Clean Conference 2026. And it's on the auspices, in fact, it's under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff. Now, the theme is Assessing Ghana's Progress Towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. Now, the SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, SDG 7, Clean Energy, and SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Now, with just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? That's the question we'll be answering on the 21st of August. You have to join us. Now, the answers begin with one national conversation, the Metro and Original Sanitation Conference with the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah. The Clean Conference, bringing together government, development partners, traditional authorities, industry players, academia, civil society, young people, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in conference rooms, so there will be a cleanup exercise on Saturday, 22nd August 2026, also led by the Chief of Staff. Join thousands of volunteers for the massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. Metro Clean Conference, FCSA. Okay, no, my tree is not that good, so let me go and polish it up before I read this. Akwesi Kweta is not doing a good job. He's here. He just can't do school homecoming. You won't teach me tree. You don't teach me tree. Why?
Make we start this morning.
We'll start this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you say? How are you in tree?
What to say?
What to say? It's not what to say.
Maybe that's a wo ho to say.
Me who ye?
Who ye? Me say me who ye wa no.
Ane.
Aye.
Me who ye?
Yeah, I must say who ye.
Na susu to say.
Me who ye pa.
Okay.
Also my fine boy.
Na be twi no, unse me twi no o ye kakra.
Utwi ne kakra ye be kire o ama wa akoyi ama.
Na de bia no o se wo be kire mi.
Me kire utwi.
Every test. Me ne reach de twi no onye.
Already they don't make a cry.
Onye. Say no dey need your west.
But you say twi no to make a cry.
And you know say do need twi no dey, need twi no dey. O kakra. Because asem wo ho.
So utwi ni ni.
Bro. Say very suspicious.
Oh my me fere kura. Ultimate kura media na better channel. Ampa o there Nessa my Tush show.
Moro say you dey na patch o dey no. Ni twi mu no or katwi na one who say yes. Emuti.
Now can one.
Abawu.
No can one ti.
But say but katwi kakra na onti.
Moro ne de ne atwi ni chen ho
eno anu aka no
sana wo kanu no kura
se eba twi de
enye kura
no yeah me bochu papa
eyo mati
oyari
na osu country no mati me ko me kwa improve media no
eno
media no be ye so what's up long time
say osu atwi de o de be hu why
mati
chala we good here we're taking a trip to Lolobi. Lolobi, yeah.
What's happening there?
Lolobi. There's a particular school there. I mean, if you get to hear the name, you might think that it's a girls' school or a mixed school. But then the truth of the matter is a boys' school. And this morning they're joining us. They have a conversation to talk us through concerning the history of the school. And then they have something coming up.
Oh, nice.
They would want to share with us.
Okay.
But then before, we get into that, let me speak to our very distinguished panelists.
Yes.
Mr. Hiamba, I would like to find out from you. The month of August is actually a month where a lot of the alumni go back to their schools for their school's homecoming activities. If you look at this very coming August, a lot of schools are going to be having their school homecoming activities. I just wanted to find out from you whether you are in corresponding, terms with your alumni, and what do you do for them?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. So I'll answer this way. So I work very closely with our year group, which I won't say because it makes me feel old.
Okay.
But we work very closely. There's a legacy project that we're doing on campus. So to that extent, I am engaged.
That's good.
So all the year groups are tasked to raise some amount of money towards the
to help the whole project. All right. So I'm sure that we should have your school. I mean, we'll be speaking about this. Yes. If you look at one of the distinguished guests that we're having today on the show, he's also sat in the chair that you've been sitting in.
Nice.
And the same conversation that I'm having with you, I had with him. And then today his school is live here, and we're going to be having that conversation.
He's an
NDC man, eh?
Yeah, is he?
I don't want to be bothered about the NDC and PPP.
No, I mean, I said that not for any point, but I only say so to the extent that now that his government is here, to make sure the school sees some action.
Yeah, so he's an action man, actually.
He should do more.
He's an action man, all right. Honorable Zedu,
yes.
Good morning to you. How about you?
Brother. I'm good.
How about you and your school, your alumni? What are you doing for your school?
Well, we are planning something. We haven't done much, but we are gathering ourselves as a year group to go back and then pay our dues.
Why don't you employ us so that we can put you guys together?
Well, no problem.
And run the whole thing.
No problem. I can link you up with my year group leadership.
Okay.
Then you can work with them. We want to see what we can do. In fact, I want to see what we can do for our alma mater. It's so important.
Yeah, it is. That's what that's what we do here. I mean, what we do is to give a lot of sunshine to the alumni, so that they can also protect what they're doing for their various schools. Yeah. So Moro.
All right.
So this morning, this is what is going to happen here.
You are taking over.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wait. We can't wait. How many people are joining you?
I have about 3 people that are joining me, and these are great personalities of the school. I mean, according to them, their school has churned out, the school have actually churned out loads of, you know, big people in Ghana.
That's my senior colleague constituency, Kofi Adams.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it? It's in Buim, isn't it?
No. That's in Buan. That's Alfred Agbenyo's constituency.
Agbenyo's place. Okay.
So it's next door.
Next door.
Yeah, he's also from there. He's also from there. Yeah,
that's true. So you should invite Franklin.
Sure.
He's a big man.
Yeah, we're going to do that. All right. So thank you very much this morning. And the Schools Homecoming show is coming up in just some few moments. But before that, we're going to be showing you some videos just for you to get to know the schools that we will be talking to. I mean, the school actually that we'll be talking to this morning. We're going to be right back.
Adisco, hail Adisco, we shall never be beaten, we shall always bear the palm.
Hi, I'm Eugene Kovna Davis, 2002 year group at Saddle College.
Hello, my name is Eko Krentel, 2002 year group at the Saddle College.
Keep watching
Metro TV Schools Home.